next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
And we are live. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. We're at the Lomas Brown Golf Classic. We just got back from doing a stroll around the golf course.
Incredible.
We did play a hole with Braylon. He's out there striping it, having a good time. We got to we rode in Barry Sanders' custom cart.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, and it goes like 30 miles per hour.
I mean, this cart is
Can the people see that?
$10,000.
Can the people see that?
I don't know
here?
if we could see it.
It's
from
got
there.
CarPlay.
Oh.
It's got a blinker. It goes 30 miles per hour.
Also,
Damn.
too, I mean, I'm just gonna have to say, is Joey around here? Where's Joey at?
Nah, he's somewhere mingling.
We got to teach Joey how to drive a golf cart.
Oh, he don't know how to drive.
He knows how to drive it, but he was like, do I go on the cart? Or the path? Where do I go? And I'll tell you what, when you have a cart that goes 25 miles per hour, and you're sitting in the back of it, it's a little like.
Oh yeah.
If the person driving, it's a little
JB.
after. See you, JB.
Yep, see you,
But
JB.
honestly, this course, we just keep going to all these different courses. This is insane.
It's beautiful.
When we were out there, dude, I was telling Jeff, me and Jeff were talking about it. The fairways are like just basically like the greens on the courses that we play. Like we play at like public courses that are like not the best condition.
Yeah.
The greens that we're used to is just what the fairways are here. So it's incredible here. This place is beautiful.
I always make these jokes when we were out at these nice golf courses. It's just a different tax bracket.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Jeff looked at me and goes, "This motivates me, man."
Yeah, it's a different tax bracket, man. It really is. And but it's so nice. We appreciate Lomas for having us out here. It's a great event for a great cause.
He was on the morning show too.
He was on the morning show. Shout out. Got to appear on there. And Lomas is he's one of the most down to earth dudes.
Oh, I love him.
I mean, we're used to having Darren McCarty and Braylon, two other guys, Calvin, who all these guys are just so down to earth. Lomas another one. Lomas is a
Great
guy.
dude. And there's a lot of good people here today.
Yeah, there is.
We
I
had
mean,
Dan Miller,
Hogan Hatton,
Tom
Dan
Izzo
Miller.
was here.
Tom Izzo's here.
Yeah, Izzo was here.
Yeah,
Confirmed.
Izzo was here. You got Joik was here. Shout out Joik.
Shout out. Rob
Did you
Sims.
talk to Izzo
Jason
Bomber?
Hansen. So Rob
I haven't
Sims.
seen Tom Izzo anywhere.
No, Sean said he saw him. Like he told us he saw him. So.
So there's a lot of
Shout out Sean, man.
And we have a lot to get to today. Obviously, the Warde Manuel stuff we're going to get to. We got some Michigan men on this platform here on Crunch Time, so we're
I
going to
don't
talk
want to
about
say I
it.
told you so, but I
Nah,
told
I
the people, man. I've been saying it for years and months. And I've been talked to.
I
I've been
said
looked
pay
at.
attention.
I've been looked at like I was crazy. People are like, "Well, Booner's winning national championships." Come on, man.
Nah, I know.
I talked to someone here today that's a Michigan man, works around there, and what I've been saying is he's basically what he said is happening.
Yeah.
Is and we'll get into it, but it's one of those things where it's like, hey, you can't keep covering things up and think it's not going to get out and think you're running a clean
Too many
program.
things have happened under his watch now.
Yeah,
It's just,
that's
they
been
add
my
up.
point for years, and Neil's told me, "Oh, Booner, you're crazy."
I know, I
I've
can't wait
been
for
told
Neil.
I have been crazy, and you know when Neil's going to turn it, and he's
He
going to
gonna get
spin
it,
it,
bro.
and he's going to spin it and acting like, "Oh, but he was right." No, this is another one of those moments where Neil was wrong, and I was trying to tell him this is what it is. And it's happening now as we speak. Over the next few days, they're all meetings. We'll talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And also on top of that, Pistons Summer League.
Yeah.
Abuka-
Morning show didn't talk about it, so
We'll cover that. Abuka, Corey, Ugonna bouncing back.
Boy, 5 blocks.
I
He
mean,
did. I
come
honestly,
on.
I will say this
Rotation.
with him. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm just gonna
Ugonna on Yenzo.
I'm gonna call him Ugonna. Ugonna at halftime, I almost texted the boys at the half and said he had 0 points and like 0 rebounds, and I was about to text the boys and be
You
like,
were hate watching.
But I know it was not hate watching.
Then you would have been.
I don't hate
you were
watch.
so
Listen,
excited
I
to-
do not hate watch. There's one thing about me, and you know this. I don't hate watch any Detroit sports or any. I don't hate watch, but I watch to understand. And with Ugonna in the first half, he struggled, and he only played like 5 minutes. And when I was watching the game, I was like, "Why is he on the bench? Like, why aren't they playing him?" And I was like, "Maybe he's got like 3 fouls." And I went and looked, 0 fouls, and I was like, "What's happening?"
You had a couple turnovers.
And then, he had 3 in the first half, like right away. Second half, start watching, and he starts blocks, rebounds. So basically, that performance he had was like a second half performance, which to me, That's even more impressive than a full game performance. Like, hey, I know we want the full game. Imagine if he did what he did in the second half for a full game. He would have 12 rebounds, 7 blocks.
Right.
Now he didn't score really. That's
not his
That's
role.
going to come.
But we'll get to it. We'll get to
People
it.
got- yeah,
we're going to
we
have a
will.
whole conversation about it. So, and also over the weekend, Conor McGregor. He's
We
absolutely
got to
cooked.
talk about UFC, bro.
He's absolutely cooked.
I do got some honorable mention. Shout out Gable Stevenson. Like he's
No doubt.
proven he's on that level, bro.
No doubt.
Coming from wrestling, Olympic wrestler, WWE didn't work out, but now he's in the UFC 4-0, I believe. Robert Whitaker knocked the block off of whoever that
Krylov,
was.
yep,
Yeah, that
killed
shit
him.
was crazy. And
Looked
shout out
good.
my boy King Green, of course. But man, Patty, that was one of the nastiest submissions I've seen in quite some time.
You know what that reminded me of, like in submission form, but like that. It felt to me that was like Masvidal Ben Askren flying knee.
Yeah.
but like
Yeah,
in submission
yeah.
form.
Dude,
That shit.
It
was
was.
I want
nuts,
I want
bro.
this real quick. Jeff, I would like an apology for doubting Patty the Batty. I think that's fair.
No,
I
but-
think that's fair.
Here's the thing.
Hey, listen,
His takedown defense was top notch, though. 'Cause
I think
I
that's
thought it was
fair.
about to be a long night for him on the ground, and he got my
I'll
man.
say
in the
this,
north
you know,
side.
what did
Patty-
I tell you this whole time? I said Pat.
You have been saying it, though.
I've been on and exactly what
because
I've been
that's your
saying.
guy.
but who had a Patty submission on the bingo?
Well, here's the thing. This is what he wants because
He
it's his
can do
favorite
it.
fight.
No. I just want. That's all. I don't think
It-
that's the craziest thing. Caleb, tell me if I'm
No,
wrong. I
it's
think
not.
it's fine.
Here's the thing.
The way
Well, let me-
the text we got before the fight too that day was. Hold on. Actually, let me just
No, we
read
don't.
it. I want to read it.
I said it on the show. I thought he was going to win, so
Yeah.
we don't need to revisit.
Caleb texted and said, "Boys, what are the bets for the thing?" The text that we got from Jeff. Where is this? I have to find this. I think this is fair. Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, Jeff, did you say?
No, my
did you
bet
say-
wasn't that he was going to win. My bet was that it goes to decision, but then it didn't.
It did not. It was a
Yeah.
30-second fight.
I'm
It
looking
did
for
very
this.
fast.
He said, "Any bets?" He said, "Nobody is listening to me about BSD, man. He's a killer.
Yes.
Damn.
He's a killer."
He was. Yeah.
So
and
all
here-
I ask is just say, Boone, that's on me.
No, that I'm not going to apologize for. What I will say is Patty, I underestimated him. BSD, you have to understand, if you watch UFC for a while, these things happen, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ilya got his ass
Well-
whooped by Gaethje. Does it change the fact that Ilya's...
No. But the thing was
You're
with.
not letting me finish.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Patty, I underestimated him. That's what I'll... BSD will be fine. He's going to be still good, and he's still going to be really good. I underestimated Patty.
That's all I'm
and
asking you
his
to
sub-
apologize for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
his takedown
But here's the
defense
thing.
was
Here's the
fucking-
thing. Like, and this is another thing we have to understand with the UFC. These things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Patty had an incredible finish. He deserves credit for it. Does this mean he's miles better than BSD? No, it doesn't.
No,
It does not
so
mean.
no one's saying that.
He,
See,
he caught BSD and he beat him.
You're not
And he
listening to what
deserves-
I'm saying about
I'm
this.
not talking to you. I'm talking just in general.
Oh, to the people. Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying with this is, I've been told for the last 2 years
Patty hasn't
by
beaten
you
anybody.
that, hey, Patty hasn't beaten anyone.
He
He's
hasn't.
not there. He lost to Gaethje. All of this, which is fine, understandable.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I've always said, hey, he's good enough to.
Yeah.
Like, he's good enough to win, to get the belt. He is. He's going to be, at some point, he's going to be the champion in that division. It's going to happen. And you've always pushed back and said, Booner, he's not that. He's not that. He's not that. And he won't be that, which is fine. Like, I understand that. And I think on Saturday night it showed, hey, Patty is that.
Oh, that
For
was
what
a
he did with
massive
BSD, and I think who did I tell this? Oh, I was telling Bomber this today. What he did to BSD showed that he could beat Gaethje on a good night. He could beat Ilya on a good night. Now he could fight
I don't know
Ilya,
about that.
but he could fight. No, listen, he could fight Ilya this year, and this is that you being like, I don't know about that. Is going back to a week ago.
No,
he can keep up. I don't know if he can win, but he can keep up.
He's going to fight Ilya at some point, and he might lose to him. Fine, but the fact is, on Patty's best night, he could beat Ilya.
Best night
On
doesn't
his-
mean ish in the UFC.
It
brother.
doesn't.
It
But
doesn't.
again, it's the same thing with Justin. Justin Gaethje had his best night versus Ilya and beat him.
And he had his best night against
In
Patty.
my-
beat
but
his
what
ass.
I'm trying to say is, in that division, you have the top of the top. There's Ilya, there's Justin Gaethje, there's BSD, and now there's Patty. It's those four guys, and Patty is now in that conversation to where he could beat those guys on a good night, and that's all you need to
yeah.
do. So, like, I don't want to hear anymore. Hey, he can't beat them. Oh, when they fight him, there's no way Ilya's going to
No,
destroy
I never
him.
said that.
No,
here's
he
what-
could. He's
I
going
never
to
said-
go at it with Ilya.
Yeah, you're.
I'm talking to the
Fight
people in
back,
there
Jeff.
too. I didn't say you said this.
Fight back,
I'm
Jeff.
talking to the
Because
people.
you also said something earlier. I said which is not correct. I never said Ilya. I never said Patty is a bad fighter. And I even said
I didn't
this,
say you
this
said
fight,
that. I said
you
he's
said
not on
he's never
that-
going to be that.
you
No,
said he's not on those levels.
I've never said that. What I said was with Patty, he gets caught too much and he hasn't beaten anybody.
Yeah.
He's got to work on it. And I told you this. He gets in too many wars. You know what he did? Didn't get in a war.
Yeah.
So I got to give him credit. He didn't get in a war. He out there and finished him. Like if he does that
Quickly.
shit, cool. He proved me wrong in that sense, man. Like, he went out and finished BSD. I give him
I
credit.
thought he would prefer a more
Because I thought
stand-up type
he
of
would get in
fight.
another war,
Yeah.
and then we'd be sitting at the end like, man, he's just tough as hell. I don't care about being tough as hell, bro. You got to finish guys.
You've seen him do it
And he
both
did
ways.
that.
You see him doing both ways now.
Well-
Now you know he can get in a war
Well,
and he can go to the deep end. He did it. And now you know he could submit, which he already had submitted people.
Yeah, he submitted people.
So, like,
Yeah,
he's
submitted,
like
but
that.
this is the first time he's fought anyone besides Gaethje.
For sure.
That's
I think it just
good
shows
fight.
that now, like, he's not like before, and I'll admit it, before, I never thought he had a chance for Ilia Topuria. I was with you on that because, to your point, he hasn't fought anyone. So, it's like, what makes me think, just because I'm a fan of him, I can't be like, oh, he's going to go beat Ilia Topuria. Or like the Gaethje fight. I thought he was going to be, after the Gaethje fight, I was like, I don't think he'll ever beat Gaethje. And Gaethje just got the belt. So, in my mind, even as a Patty fan, that's my guy, I was like, in the back of my head, I was always like, I don't know if Patty will ever get the belt because he did what happened with Gaethje. And there's no way he's beating Ilia. After Saturday, now it's like, okay, he can now. He can compete with those guys. Like, he is now in that category. So, like, if he fights Ilia in whatever it is, October, December, whenever it ends up being, I do think there's a chance that he could beat him.
That's why I love the UFC. There's always a chance.
But
Everyone
before,
has a chance.
before you say
like
that,
that,
even
but
before
you
he has
say
a
that, but
chance.
before
He
all, no, but my point is before you, like, even you would be like, there's no way he's beating. I would have said he that way. Like,
Then you're wrong. He would have a chance.
Yeah, but like it was like a month ago. It was Ilia freaking Topuria. Like,
For sure.
he would never got beaten. If we saw that, none of us would have been like, yeah, he has a chance to beat Ilia Topuria. Now it's in my mind. It's like, hey, no, there's a real chance. It's no longer a long shot if that happens. It's a real chance he can. Even as a fan of him before, I was like, there's no way.
No, he can win, but it won't be as easy of a fight as this was because that shit.
You know what? I got to
was
still
crazy.
see with Patty. I just want to see him not just take a bunch of punches.
Yeah.
And even though he beat BSD, was incredible. Obviously, it's going to be a different fight with Ilia.
No,
You're gonna get in a
also,
that's
war.
why I'm like, it ain't gonna be that easy.
I don't know.
He also too, like, I think the coolest thing about it all is he like said what he was going to do leading up to the fight. Like, he
said he was gonna tap him out?
He literally said he said it in press conferences. He was like, I know that BSD is going to try and take me down instantly to start the fight. And he said, he
was ready for it.
His post press conference, he said he was like, I told him I'm gonna make him tap to start the fight if he tries to take me down.
Called
and
a
he
shot.
literally did that.
Yeah,
in
it was
epic fashion. That shit was sexy.
That was probably the finish of the year.
That was a nasty submission. Bro.
You probably won't see a fight like that all year. Like that type of
Yeah, it's incredible
finish.
submission. And those things happen, like in the UFC. Like, BSD got destroyed. He got caught.
Got
bro.
caught in that north-south.
Yeah.
It was over with.
It was
bro.
over with, man.
Quick.
I'm so happy.
And do we even got to touch on Conor? Because y'all knew what this was.
he
Bro.
knew.
Well, by
I've
the
been
way-
telling y'all for weeks. He's
Yeah.
apparently washed. I know they trying to make the speculation he might have got hurt before the fight. I thought his strategy even coming out was dumb as hell.
you
The
could-
2 roundhouses early.
Especially if they're like, well, you didn't get to see him, guys. The whole point was he's old. And
Yeah.
he got hurt. That goes into the he's old argument.
Thank you.
Like, his body is not.
Even
he's-
if-
his body just isn't.
Even
healthy.
if he thought like he was like I felt like I was in the best shape that I could have been. Like, I get that, and he probably was. He probably trained super hard for this fight, and he probably did everything he could to get ready for it.
Yeah.
But again, like he probably
He
has
looked
to
like he was in
understand
good
it.
shape.
He's got it. Yeah, I thought he was. It's just the age is the difference, man. Like, you probably can't go out there and do that move that you did at 30-something years old that you could do when you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
So like his camp should have known that. And to the people who think that he was hurt before, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't think
He wasn't hurt. I think that's just people trying to get something. I think he legit thought he was ready for this fight. And I think if he didn't get hurt, I think maybe it would have been a decent fight. He would have probably still got beat.
I don't know.
But I think it would have just been like a couple rounds. I don't know if it would have gone the
Holloway
distance.
would have dog walked
It
him
would
if
have
that
just
went
been
any longer.
It would have just been like a 5 round of him getting just beat up the whole time.
Yeah.
But he would have at least went in there and competed. I don't think he
I
would
get
have.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought he was going to
So,
at least make it a couple
That's why I
rounds,
think it's just
that's
like I'm
crazy.
not going to be the guy that's like, oh, he was going to lose in the first round anyways. Like, but it was disappointing the way it ended.
Wipe
Yeah.
down. Told y'all.
Let's go to break. We come back. We'll talk some summer league. Actually, you want to do Warde Manuel? You want to get or you want to do summer?
Yeah,
league?
Let's do Ward, man.
do
We
Ward.
got to
Get out the way. We got
Let's
plenty of
knock
time.
Ward out. Let's knock. No pun intended. We're talking UFC, but let's knock Warde Manuel out, and then we'll get to summer league. Where should we go first?
Do
Supreme Lending?
Let me tell you about our friends over at Supreme Lending. You got to trust you got to trust people if you're making a massive decision, like buying a house, refinancing. And Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending are the guys to do that with. Go through that process with. You mentioned Woodward Sports. You get $500 off your appraisal. Go with the people you trust. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. Supreme Lending. Shout out to them for sponsoring the network.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. We're live at the Lomas Brown Golf Classic at a beautiful, beautiful golf course.
Shout out Lomas, man.
Yeah, this is this is incredible. The weather's really nice. It's supposed to be really, really hot tomorrow. 99 degrees, I believe it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I saw.
100.
Why? Listen, this
Have we
is,
hit 100 this year? Like
yeah, I
close to?
think that heat wave that came in.
I
I
don't know
think
if it was
one of
No,
those
it
days.
wasn't
I think-
100.
I think it felt
was high
like 100.
90s.
Because when I went in my car one day, I saw 100 on my thermometer.
It probably felt like that.
So yeah, I was like
So source Booner's thermometer. is
Booner's car thermometer.
Well, you know the car is going to be hotter than it actually
the
is. 'cause it's
Equinox.
storing the heat.
The Equinox was saying 100.
Yeah, that's a trusted car,
That's
though.
my weather source.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
I'm just gonna say this too. I know we got stuff to get into, but outside of golf, I hate the summer. I hate the heat so much. I'm tired of it already.
Listen,
Not
the
matter.
heat, like the 100 heat, I hate it. I do like 70, 80s.
Well, that's perfect. That's perfect
you
weather.
know?
But
you know what my favorite time of the year is? Fall.
oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
Fall
fall
is the
is
great-
Dude,
the-
spring
yeah.
weather's honestly good too. Outside of
No,
the rain.
but it rains way
Yeah.
too much. Fall is like
Fall
the
is the goat.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's 60s and 70s. It's never too hot. It's never too cold.
I
and
can
if it
wear a
gets,
hoodie and a shirt.
Yes,
Yeah,
if it
like-
starts to get a little cold, you can throw a hoodie on and you're perfect. Like,
Yeah.
and then there's football. I wish it was fall year round.
Bro, I get
I do.
Yeah.
so mad when it's like September 25th and it's like 87 degrees. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, what are we
Yeah,
doing?
I like summer, but I wish every other season was just fall. You know, like Booner was saying, I like fall weather.
It's the best.
But I like fall, but I also like, you know, you go out, get in the pool, you know, you go on the
Yeah.
beach, you know,
Yeah.
you
I was
go get
talking to
go
s-
get the tan. I mean, your boy.
You are getting.
I mean, come on.
Big Guido. Look
Yeah,
at
I mean, come on.
I was talking to someone in Arizona who lives in Arizona, and they were basically saying like, because I was like, how do you even deal with the heat like this? Like, this is insane.
Well, dry heat is a little different.
Oh,
and they
yeah,
did
it's
say though
bad.
too, like bodies adapt to.
Yeah.
If you live in that, like if we lived in this year round,
Right.
you would adapt and it would feel
Right.
normal for you.
D-Mac talked about that. He lived in
Yeah.
Florida while he was playing, or after he was done playing for a little bit.
That,
And
it
when
might
he
have
goes
actually
back to
been
Florida-
D-Mac I talked to, because I talked to two people about it. It was D-Mac, and then I was talking to someone in Arizona. I was talking to one of my friends from Arizona about it, so it might have been D-Mac that said the adaptation.
Yeah, because D-Mac
Yeah.
was in Florida golfing with Michiganders. He said they were sweating. He was fine. He's like, I
Yeah.
lived here. You know, he's adapted to it.
So if you adapt, but like we don't adapt, we get this like 4 days out of the year.
I'm bad
and
at
those
that.
4 days are the
I'm
worst
bad.
4
Oh, I
days.
get
And our
cranky,
shit is-
bro, I'm done.
And our shit is ultra muggy.
Are we-
Like,
yeah.
I hate how
Are
muggy
we, by the
it
way,
is.
are we bitching?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Are we
we're
being,
bitching.
are we being
bit.
soft?
It's a beautiful. It's a
Gordo
beautiful.
says we're
Well, you guys
soft.
want to know something
Make
crazy?
it be soft, Jeff. It's okay.
You guys want to know something crazy too?
Neil's like
At-
soft motherfucker
Right.
on that show. Crunch
At our
time.
house right now that I live at, no AC. It's out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's out right
Damn,
now.
I'm sorry, bro.
So right now it's a little.
I'm sorry.
So
bro.
tomorrow's a big day. It's like let's get some. I bought some ice cream. I'm good to
Hydrate,
go.
bro.
Some
I bought
water.
some ice cream. How's it gonna stay? How's it gonna stay cool without
No AC. That's ice.
Well, we got freezers. We
Well,
got
no, I'm saying
freezers.
when you're eating it in a hot damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
man.
that shit go melt
Not-
instantly.
You got to eat
Well,
it
no,
fast.
I don't get like this ice cream. I get like the cones.
Oh, that's fair.
With the little
fair.
chocolate
The drumstick
at the bottom
cones.
of the.
But you know what? It's the
Hard-boiled
drumstick.
instantly.
It's the drumstick, but it's Kit Kat versions. I saw it at the store yesterday.
Bro, I went to my
Kit Kat
parents'
drumsticks,
house. They
yeah.
had the Oreo version. I'll tell you what, Booner.
I bought it.
That
I bought
thing's
the Kit Kat
different.
one.
Yeah.
The drumstick gonna work no matter what.
Those
you
are
do
the
with it.
best,
Yeah,
dude.
no, I
Those
love
are
them.
the best.
The regular ones, the chocolate ones.
As soon as I got home from grocery shopping yesterday, I threw one out. I said,
Hell yeah.
I need
Sure.
one.
Yeah.
Now,
Need
see,
it.
on days like that, I'm a popsicle guy. I
I
still
thought
like
those one of those
popsicles. Hell
popsicles.
yeah.
Those what are
Gotta
those
have-
called? Those in the plastic.
Yeah, where you have
Yeah.
to cut the top with
Yeah,
scissors.
oh yeah.
I'll
Oh,
tell
it's
you what,
popsicle weather
baby.
tomorrow. Big facts. Bomb pops, yeah.
Oh man,
Look at you.
I mean,
I love the facial expression.
Hey, I like a good popsicle. I just can't get caught with it. I can't get caught with it. If you walk
Damn,
in,
not even in your own house, bro.
yeah. I mean, dude, you're in the
can't
confinement of your own
right.
house.
Yeah, dude, bro,
You
what
be
do you
as gay
what
as
do
you want.
Are there
10
people in your
years old,
house
dude?
like recording you do things like that?
Yeah, what do you.
Or wait a second, you know what it is? It's the temptation for him. Once he gets a popsicle in his hand, he gets after.
I can't.
That's the temptation,
guys,
boys.
No, Jeff has like the brain of like a 10-year-old. Like he'd see one of us eating like a banana for breakfast.
get
He'd be like,
caught with it.
yo.
No. But if I'm giving,
You know, I hate that when like I'm eating a glizzy on the golf course and people are like, oh, you eat glizzies? Like, come on.
No,
dude.
like,
that's
bro,
fine.
like,
Let me eat the hot dog.
everything can't be homosexual.
no,
bro.
it's
Like,
not.
come on,
And by the way, like you do whatever the hell you want. I'm cool with it. All right, you do whatever the hell you want out there. I'm not judging nobody, but I'm saying if I'm giving a take about Jameer Gibbs and I'm sucking on a bomb pop.
We're
Why
not
would you
telling
be
to
doing
do
that? We're not asking you to eat it now.
random
If
situation.
I'm saying to you, the audience, if I'm saying you can't pay a running back, and then I go,
Like, come on. Do you guys remember though when like the whole
I
glizzy
mean, are you
thing?
gonna take
so
me seriously?
random.
Are you gonna take me
We're not
seriously?
telling you to do it on the show. Booner's talking
Right.
about doing it at his house.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
Why would you lick a bomb pop on camera like that? Like, I don't get it. Like,
Jeff's in this room by himself banging a bomb pop. Be like, don't pay Jameer Gibbs.
Right.
Man. Like, come on, dude.
All right, you know what? This show stinks.
And I will say
this
too.
show's-
Do you guys remember that little era? The era if you were eating a hot dog, people start filming you.
Yeah,
Be
it's
like, oh,
the
like
worst.
dude, that was the
it's the
worst. You'd be at like a
Get
ball
caught with
game and you'd have a hot dog, and they'd be like, oh, he's eating a hot dog.
Like, come on.
You had to like look around to make sure no one's filming under the seat. You're like eating a hot dog down there.
Jeff's
like,
still
come
in
on.
that.
I mean, no, but
Yeah, he hasn't left.
He
So I
is,
went
yeah.
golfing. I went to Connecticut like a year ago, bro. I went golfing, and they have these this random course, right? They had these hot dogs. The glizzy's like this long. And the
Those are
bun-
called foot-long hot dogs.
In the bun was like half, and someone bought me, and he's like, "You got to take that down."
Oh,
and I'm like,
not he led with you got to
And I-
take that down. It's crazy.
I'm telling you, I had to eat this thing. I was like, please, no photos, bro.
You're right. No photo.
Hey.
I got to eat this thing, bro. Someone snapped a photo of me. It's out
Right,
there.
the foot-long hot dog's a little
If
different.
someone,
Yeah,
if that photo gets out of me eating that foot-long dog,
Who has it?
my career is
Evan?
done. My career is done.
Evan has it.
Glizzy's this big, dude. Yeah.
All
I'm
TMZ for the
texting him right now.
TMZ Sports got it,
I'm
bro.
done, bro.
Somebody sold it already, man.
Our thumbnail tomorrow will be Jeff eating the foot-long hot dog. Yeah. Someone in the chat said, Shiv said, this conversation just went left real
All
fast.
right.
We got to talk about Ward Manuel.
Speaking it, just
I've been waiting
Speaking of
all.
glizzies.
I've been waiting for 24 hours to talk about
I
Ward
mean,
Manuel.
he's yeah. So Ward Manuel, man. So we had this. We talked about him during the whole. Well, there's a lot
Dusty
of things.
May.
Dusty. I mean, we've been talking about
Sharon.
him.
Yeah.
Dusty May, but more specifically in recent history, Dusty May. He leaves, goes to the Mavericks. Everyone's mad at Ward Manuel. Why didn't you keep the guy? All
He
this
did
stuff.
say he had a contract already done for him.
Yes, and there was a report over the weekend that a decision on the future of Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel is expected in the coming days.
The Regents. had
Something
met.
just came out at 11 as soon as we started the show. Ross Dellinger, you want me to hit this with this
Yeah, go
quote?
Send it.
He reached out Monday to Ward Manuel for comment. Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports, this is it. This is from Ward Manuel, quote, "The president and I have had several great conversations over the past couple of days. There are no plans for me not to continue to be the athletic director for the near future."
Oh, he's getting fired. Oh, he's getting
Well,
so
let's
fired.
have the conversation. It's a perfect thing for you to kind of we know how you feel. You've made it very clear
Yes.
that you want this guy canned because of all the stuff that's kind of happened under his umbrella. You made that very clear before, and my pushback to you was like, well, you find ways, you just win. I don't know. It obviously
Winning
helps to
cures
win.
all.
It does.
But you're not wrong with your sentiment. And I will add this: I do think the way the Sharon Moore stuff ended, I think definitely has a part in this. Like I think
sure.
that baggage. Like if Sharon Moore ended up working out and they were winning a bunch of games, I think
People would have looked.
Well,
the other
we
way.
spoke with. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say who it was. We spoke with someone who works at Michigan and said, "Hey, he said I did believe if Sharon Moore and Michigan went 11-1,
They would have looked the other
10
way.
and 2. That this would have also and you know what? This is what I'm going to say about that. That's the issue right now at Michigan. Like, let's just be quite frank. I do like winning, and I love the national championships. I love all of the wins, all of that. I think it's awesome. And this is where, like, with Neil, like, he'll kind of, like, twist it to you. You're like, well, don't you love that? No, we do. Like, no one doesn't love winning. Everyone loves it. But there does come a time where these different stories and whatever you want to call them, scandals, they just keep popping up. And they keep popping up.
On your watch.
And somehow you find out about them 3 years later. 2 years later, a year later. And it's like, why is this happening? Like in any other profession, in any other company or organization, as soon as this stuff comes up, there is no putting it under the rug. It comes out, you're fired, it's over with, right? Like, and that's the issue with Warde Manuel. And I think he's a hell of an AD when it comes to finding coaches and running programs. He's a great job. He does a great job at what he does. That's why you've won so many championships in every single sport and you've won a lot of games. But at the end of the day, that's not the only part of your job. Part of your job is keeping what Michigan is, keeping it what it is, right? Like you want to make sure that the Block M, there's no like negative press about it, right? Like, and that's the thing. That's why this the big blue wall keeps popping up. It's because of guys like Warde Manuel who want to go out there and protect the Block M. When realistically, like guys, this isn't 2002 anymore. Yeah. This isn't 2005 anymore. There's social media. There's conversation. They can go find conversations. They can go get text messages. They can get anything they want. Everything is public now. You can't put things under the rug anymore in today's world. It will come out eventually. You have to do things the right way. And the reason that I've always said, hey, Warde's out, and again, everyone's always pushed back at me, Booner, he's done such a good job. Guys, it's the University of Michigan.
Right.
You can go get an AD who did what Warde Manuel can do. Warde Manuel isn't the one with the billions of dollars for NIL.
All right.
Warde Manuel didn't start the Block M. Like, he's not the reason Michigan is what Michigan is. That's the history of Michigan. There is so much behind that someone can come in and has the resources that Warde has that will be able to do what Warde does. And at the end of the day, when the Michigan guy we were talking to said, hey, Warde wasn't even the one that really got Dusty May to come here. It was John Beilein.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, you can give him credit all you want. Guys, it's a political thing, man. Warde wasn't behind all of it.
Like,
it's because Michigan. Like, Jim Harbaugh didn't come back because Warde Manuel was your AD. He came back because he wanted to win a national championship at his alma mater. It had nothing to do with Warde Manuel. Did he get it done? Yeah, he did. And you know what? Pat on the back for that. But do you guys, like, if you're a Michigan fan, do you want to continue to have this, like, stain of, like, the only thing we're about is all of these negative things about behind the scenes? No, like, I don't want that. And that's why I've always had this point in this argument for the last 2 years, even while winning national championships, is I'm tired of having to fight that fight of the blue wall. Like, guys, you can win without the blue wall. Like, Michigan in the next 7 years, guess what? If Ward's gone, they're going to win a national championship again in any sport. In the next 2 years, out of all these sports, rowing and soccer and baseball, they're going to win another national championship. They're going to do it with Warde or without Warde. So at this point, I mean, this guy literally, like, reports are coming out. Like, he knew about the Sherrod Moore stuff for years.
Bro,
he's known about the sign-stealing stuff for years.
Yeah.
He knew about everything, and he let it get to a point to where it puts a stain on your university now. Yeah. And now it puts a stain on your fan base and the millions of fans around the world. To me, it's always been disgraceful that he had a job still, and that the president's sitting here still to today. They're still backing him. I hope today when it comes out, or Thursday, I think they're having the Michigan board meeting on Thursday. I hope the board finally realizes, hey, enough's enough. We're done with this. Like, let's make this change. I've always been the clean house guy. Let's clean house. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's get past all these different scandals. Because, guys, this is an athletic department. This isn't like the government, the FBI. Like, leave the scandals to where scandals should be. Like, let's stop with that stuff at the University of Michigan. I'm tired of it. I've been, and you guys know this. I've been tired of this for years. Jeff, you know that.
I hate the holier than thou image too, because in order to really win in college sports, you got to get in the mud to some degree.
But not like that.
No, and I do agree with you, but to me, it's just been way too much that has happened under his watch. We talk about, the Jim Harbaugh situation, him kind of maybe running Jim Harbaugh off to a certain degree. Then, of course, the Connor Stallion situation, the Matt Weiss situation. You had the Sharon shit. Like I said, the students knew about the relationship. So you mean to tell me he didn't?
The hockey coach situation.
Come on, bro. It's so much. And then the Dusty May, even though that's not his fault, it's not a good look, bro. So I mean, he's been the common denominator in all of this, and the fact that everyone else has kind of bitten the bullet and he hasn't, I think the regents are just tired of it. And, yeah, the president came out and, he may be backing him, but I think it's up to the people with the money. If the people with the money want him gone, I think he's going to be out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Ray in the chat said there's no such thing as winning championships cleanly, you infant-brained child.
Damn.
And then he hit me with Booner's dumber than a box of rocks.
You infant.
Ray, listen, hear me out. I understand that. And my argument always when people talk about this, I was in an argument with Bomber, who's he graduated from Michigan State, and he was like, well, you guys won because of science. I said, dude, everyone wins for cheating.
Yeah.
But there is a sense of, how bad, and what other program in school has this many scandals that have came out the last 2 or 3 years? How many? We're the only ones.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
And even if it's just one from a different school, we're sitting here with 3 or 4.
Yeah.
You don't even see one from most D1 schools.
Back to back to back.
They're paying people. We know Nick Saban was paying people. I'm sure Tom Izzo and all that. I'm not going to sit here and say, but I'm sure they've paid. I'm sure all these high ups that are great have paid people since 2000. I'm sure it's happened. But it's the Sharon Moore stuff. I mean, he was dating someone on his staff, his assistant, and then he goes crazy. And you basically slid all of that under the rug, and you tried to cover it up with her for years. You tried to cover the sign stealing thing. That is one of the biggest things ever in college sports.
Right.
You slid that under the rug for years.
We still don't know about the Matt
They
Weiss
said
email.
they knew about that for years before 2023, and they slid it under the rug.
Yep.
What are we doing? Yeah, it happens, and people cheat, man. Everyone I told Bomber, I said, dude, if you're not trying to win, you're not cheating. Whatever that saying is, I believe that fully, and not in a bad way, cheating, but hey, do everything you can to win. But man, you can't let all these scandals go through and you keep your job. Yeah. You can't.
I think in this instance, we could say that winning doesn't cure everything, because I'm listening to 2 Michigan fans talk about it right now. They want Warde Manuel gone, and you've won 2 national championships, one in basketball, one in football in the past 5 years. Michigan hockey is really, really good. They're always in the mix. So I think in this instance, you look at everything that happened off the field and on the field with the cheating scandals and stuff. I in this case, I don't think winning cures everything. It sounds like both of you want him out.
And you got to add the context. Before Warde was hired, they didn't win in football. Man. Until they last time it was 19 years prior, and in basketball it's 27 years.
Yeah, but again,
prior.
The reason you won now wasn't because Warde and Manuel.
No, but
that's
I'm just
where people
saying,
I think needed. It was because the NIL and Jim Harbaugh came back.
Yes,
and
the
transfer portal.
But he's going to get credit for it.
He will, and you know what? He can get some credit for it. But again, because he was the AD. But again, you're going to win after him. In today's world with the NIL, with the money, Michigan's going to win. They have the money.
Yeah.
They're going to win.
And they finally leaning into it.
Yeah, you don't need Warde and Manuel to win. And that's where I think people are well, you didn't win before him. Guys, it was a different world of college sports before him. It was. There was no paying players like that. It's what it was.
As a big school like Michigan, it's the easiest to win right now than it ever has been.
And guess what? He's done it now. People are like, we don't want to fire him because they went. Guys, you can bring another 80.
But I don't think people are saying that. That's what I'm saying. I think.
Well, that's what I got 3 weeks ago when we had this Warde Manuel conversation with Neil. Was you're winning, so why do you care? You're going to win without him. I was talking to the Michigan guy.
Yeah.
He literally, you know how many people want that? Was probably going to want that AD job at Michigan?
They're going to have no shortage
You're going to be able to
suitors,
get who you want.
You got to get somebody that's going to make the right sports hiring decisions.
Sure.
And Warde, to a degree, was able to do that. That's my only gripe about it. That's it.
Jesse says, funny how Fox, ESPN didn't report on a lot of those Michigan stories throughout the years under Warde. Wonder why. Oh, wait, that's right. Those company presidents are Michigan grads. That's true, too. I mean...
Yeah,
there might be some truth to it.
I will say, I think if all of these were happening at any big school, I don't know if it would have been a fully because there were conversations did ESPN not talk about Sharon Moore once? No, they did. When he went to jail, they didn't just not talk about Sharon Moore at jail. Yeah. Or maybe I'm wrong.
They did. They absolutely.
So it does get to a point to where there is going to be conversations. I remember what's his name was on the Pat McAfee show every day talking about the sign stealing scandal. So,
I just wonder why wait so long or why now.
Well,
was it the Dusty May that finally kicked it over?
You know what I think it was?
It was the stuff that got released this week.
Well, it's Paige.
Paige,
who was the victim.
Yeah.
More stuff.
And she's suing the school.
Suing the school.
Yep.
And that definitely.
Well, there's a former right now. More information today came out. I think there's a former assistant coach also suing the school because of the Matt Weiss. I think it's Matt Weiss.
Yeah, Matt Weiss. Yeah,
his stuff that
emails,
came out
yeah.
within that email, he's suing the school because he maybe lost his job. I don't know what happened. I'm not going to comment on that.
Yeah.
But he's suing it, and it's coming out that essentially all these documents saying and proving that they knew about all this stuff before it happened.
Yep.
So
that's what it is. Let's see here.
I could look it up here real quick. There was some stuff that came out I was reading this morning.
But that's what I think is the straw that broke the camel's back, in my opinion. Marcus says nobody cares about the sign stealing except for Sparties.
Yeah, I don't think the sign, because again, the sign stealing thing, that's one of those things though where everyone knew about it.
Yeah, bro.
It did get to an elevated spot, and because Michigan did end up winning, it did get elevated a little bit more. But like we've had, like, dude, that's not anything new.
Yeah,
and it's like that at every level: D1, D2, D3. Like,
and they got busted mid-season and still ran the gauntlet and won the Natty. So yeah, I mean, it's one of them things.
It's like
everybody was doing it. He just got caught doing it in an elaborate way. But there were other teams doing this shit.
So this is just to kind of give people a little bit of insight here. I believe it's Chris Partridge. It looks like here is a former assistant coach Chris Partridge against University of Michigan, Warde, Manuel, Santo Ono, Tony Petiti, and the University of Michigan Board of Regents. I think he's suing them. This screenshot here is part of the suing thing, whatever it's called. It says, upon information and belief, Manuel and the other athletic department leadership were aware of the inappropriate relationship between former head football coach Sharon Moore and subordinate employee for years without taking action to protect the employee. Upon further information and belief, it was not until an assistant football coach contacted the victim's family in or around December 25th and convinced them to come forward that Moore was finally fired. So, like, this is stuff, again, this is the kind of incompetence that was going on of, hey, you guys know this is handle it the correct way.
Right.
Like, there's difference between cheating to win a championship and letting something like that go by. You know, like, that's bad.
You were fresh off a Natty, though, which is why you probably kept
Definitely,
the job.
But, like, that, it makes it even worse to where I was like this isn't like cheating and paying players. There was an inappropriate relationship happening, and it's been reported, and you put it under the rug
like bad
because
PR
you won.
101. Like, that's like the
you
PR
asking for it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a difference between, like, the cheating side on actual sports side and, like, real life things.
And then he was creating positions for her, paying her more money than everybody else. Like, it's nasty work.
Under his nose, man.
It was nasty work.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some Pistons Summer League. I'll tell you about Buzz and Energy because I just
watch yourself, Jeff.
Yeah, what are you doing today, man?
So I got to give a backstory on Buzz and Energy. It's a personal story. All right, shout out to Loom. Buzz and Energy. These are one of one, by the way. These are incredible. Working with Woodward and in this industry, I've seen a lot of these different products, but Buzz and Energy is one of one. If you're looking for a buzz and you want some caffeine, Buzz and Energy is the way to go. We got to talk to the CEO of Loom, and we were just raving about these because they're at our office. Everybody loves them. They're so delicious, and they do sneak up on you. Okay. They definitely snuck up on your boy. They snuck up on your boy when we were out last week, and it's absolutely delicious. You don't even notice them. They taste so freaking good. So shout out to Loom, Buzz and Energy, as always. And go grab some, man. Tell them Woodward Sports Central. We'll see you after the break.
You're building a whole combat sports enterprise in the heart of it in Detroit, and that's what I think is the coolest.
I think with opportunity, right? Like you said, maybe you like to punch people in the face for real, and you want to be a boxer, and you have an option there. Maybe you don't like getting punched in the face, and you want to make, you like the theatricals and the storylines, and so you have an avenue here. Maybe you start at one and then want to change to the other. I don't care. I just want you in the building and know that you have some place to go to explore that. Just having the ability to, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it to the best of your ability? And, it all starts with the kids.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. Two, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that. Don't just survive. Thrive.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. We're at the Lomas Brown Golf Classic. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on over here. So last year they had the Lomas Brown Golf Classic, this second edition.
Yep.
They raised almost $300,000 to support children of our communities. So they're doing great things out here. Lomas Brown Jr., you know who that is. I don't have to really introduce the guy.
Future Hall of Famer.
WJR.
By the way, dude, Lomas, someone was telling me, like, hey, Lomas, you look in shape. Get out there. Left tackle.
Yeah, no, he does. He looks good.
Maybe on the right because we got Panay over
Oh,
there.
Panay move, maybe right tackle. And he goes,
If the rookie struggle,
hey.
call on.
Hey.
Big low.
Did he say anything about Blake Miller? Did you guys ask him?
No, we didn't
anything?
get to ask him about
I've
the
got to see him.
Lions.
I want to ask him about that. I'm interested in his thoughts on Panay moving and Blake Miller and all of that.
But we're at the Country Club of Detroit. Beautiful country club. Big shout out to them for allowing us to come out here, do our shows out here. I think we're the last show out here, but we're enjoying it, man. It's a beautiful day. We got the crew, Jeff, Booner, Caleb, KG, Gordo, Bomber, B2. We're all hanging out, man.
Dream team, bro.
The dream team.
Yes,
and
sir.
We got more to get into. Detroit Pistons Summer League happened. We got to see another game. And by the way, like Abuko Corey, like this is what I look for in these type of games because he didn't shoot necessarily well. He had some nice plays, though.
He did everything else.
Seven
steals?
Seven steals, though.
Seven
like,
fucking
you guys got to look.
Defense, man. That's what we
I
talked
didn't think
about.
his defense was this, good.
No.
And maybe it's just a mirage because it's Summer League, but it looks good so far.
You know what, though? Like, and I tried, and this is the problem. Like, I posted a reel, and I was talking about a Corey, and people were like, it's Summer League, guys, clearly, okay? And I said this in that same clip, that you can't look at Summer League from just like, oh, this guy averaged this amount of points. Like Henry Ellison averaged, 20 points in the Summer League. It's not just
MVP.
It's not just about exactly. It's not just about the points. You got to look at things that translate. And I brought up all the things that a Corey does that I think translate. And like another thing we'll bring up, he didn't shoot well. What did he do? 7 freaking steals. And some of the buckets he got too. Like I will stand on what I said last.
His finishing ability.
Silky smooth.
Oh man!
Like
with contact, it don't matter.
Contact, and to be his size, he's got to make up for it with how crafty he is, how silky smooth he is, and even when he's not shooting the ball well, to go out there and get 7 steals and still make plays.
6 assists as well.
6 assists. Like we were talking about the playmaking ability he showed. So like Abuko Corey. We'll start with him. Like, hey, didn't shoot the ball well. There's going to be days you don't shoot the ball well.
Even still, 14 points. He
still got 14. But it's like, it happens. But you're going to have off nights. What do you look like when your shot's not falling? I always say that. And we saw 7 steals, 6 assists when his shot's not falling.
He needs to. Yeah, that's the biggest. Well, that's the biggest thing is like he needs to be able to defend at this level. Like you're not going to play, especially on this Pistons team. If you can't defend, you're not going to get. You're not going to get on the floor. Like, that's what they're about. They're built about, hey, defense first, then we'll figure out scoring. He can score, but if he can show that he can defend, especially at this level, then he's going to be just fine. Like, that's the big – I said that last week on Thursday after that. Like, hey, he showed a little bit last week he could defend, and then yesterday he put that performance on.
Also, his ability to just be a secondary ball handler. Like, I really feel like the Pistons kind of solved that conundrum because, offensively he's going to have his nights. He's going to have nights where he maybe gets off in the NBA and nights where he struggles. But like you said, if he's able to play defense and primarily take some pressure off of K, just have the ball in your hands, be able to run an offense, utilize the pick and roll, and be able to dish when you need to dish, I think he's going to be just fine, bro. And I'm very excited about this pick the more that I watch him.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm
with you.
I want to read these super chats before we move on. Blow me 6969.
Go. Shout out my guy.
Appreciate the 5. What a name. He says, stop making it seem like Warde made these hires. These donors make the hires. Warde just draws up the paperwork and shakes the hand.
Well, again, like I said, spoke with someone today, and then and the belief was John Beeline was the one that got Dusty May here anyways. So, like, even in that moment, it's like, Warde is probably the one helping negotiate contracts and all that, whatever it is. He's the face of the athletic department. But really, it's like, hey, he's not the one that's like, I want this person. No, it is the board.
Right.
It's also other, former Michigan. It's people going out there and helping with those hires. You can't sit there and, again, like, who got Kyle Whittingham? Was it Warde? Probably not. Like, he probably had something to do with it. But again, it's a whole group thing that kind of comes together, and they're able to go out there and find a coach.
And it's mostly the region.
And then
and Jim Harbaugh. Like, again, Jim Harbaugh did not come back to coach at Michigan because of Warde Manuel.
No.
He wasn't like, oh my gosh, Warde really gave me a good pitch. No, he wanted to be back at Michigan. That's why when people were like, well, he brought Jim back. Guys, like, come on, like, what are we doing? Like, Jim was going to come back. I could have been the AD, and Jim would have came back. You know?
Do you know the AD who hired Nick Saban? I don't either. So
no clue.
Shad, appreciate the
He's
5.
a genius, whoever he is.
Yeah. Shad, appreciate the 5. Corey put up Killian Hayes stats, and we still love him. Okay, dog.
Do you guys want to? Come on, dude. Bro. Real quick, you guys want to know something?
Shad.
You guys want to know why Warde Manuel's probably such a big name right now? Maybe this is just me. Want to know why so many people know who he is? Because his athletic department has so many scandals always. Yeah. And his name's always out there because of that. Like you said, who's the Alabama AD? I mean, most people might know it if you're from Alabama and you go, we don't know. But the reason that the whole country knows who Warde freaking Manuel is because there is so many scandals always going on. That's why his name is so big.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, you're not wrong. Yeah, that's usually been the biggest storyline with Warde Manuel.
We know him because we cover the sport here in Michigan. But like if you go ask someone in Florida 10 years ago, did you know the AD at Michigan? They would say no. If you ask him now, they would be like, oh, Warde Manuel. Why is that? Oh, because the signs get stealing.
Yeah.
Oh, because the Shrone stuff. So like, yeah, you guys want to give him credit all you want? Fine, do it. Don't care though. Really don't.
Oh, Jeff, if we still talking summer league,
yeah,
we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up a guy that we thought it was over for.
We wouldn't get to it, JG. I was hoping we wouldn't get to it.
You said it was done.
I was actually closing out the segment.
No, we got an answer for it, bro. Because I thought it was over, bro. But
Chaz,
holy shit,
Chaz
bro.
looked like Klay Thompson. Chaz scored 17 of their first 20.
He was pulling everything.
He was pulling that bitch.
I mean, that was incredible.
Holy shit.
I believe it was like 17 of their first 20. Like he scored whatever it was. It was like 80% of the.
It was
crazy,
that first. The start of that first quarter. I tuned it in probably like 3 minutes into the quarter, and they were like, he has 13 points already.
His shot kind of looked like Ray Allen's too a little bit.
He gets up there.
But yeah,
he gets
7
up
of 12 from 3. 7 of 12.
Don't listen. Listen, we talk about summer league and don't overreact. Me and KG went right on his ass after that game. We're like, Chaz, we'll see you later.
Right.
And part of that really wasn't even because of summer league alone. We were looking at really the rotation, like how does he fit? Like Gary Harris was out there. Like, is he staying? Like,
Gary Harris is doing.
Gary Harris is active.
He was doing social media videos for the Pistons. That makes me think that
and
he might be staying. He might
be staying. That's another guy Chaz got to compete with. So it's really more than the summer league. But I'll tell you what, though. Chaz made a case.
It may not be over, dog.
Yeah, I mean, he hit 7 threes.
Keep him on the cruise.
Where was this in the playoffs, Chaz?
Yeah, dog.
That was
him
incredible.
on the cruise immediately, bro.
Yeah, put him on the cruise
We were talking about, we had that, I said give Roddy Gale 2-way.
4 for 4,
and all of it. He was 4 for 4 again?
Yes, he had 10 points.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Has Roddy Gale missed a shot?
No, he's 8 for 8 in the summer league.
2 for 2 from 3. Another guy, too, that I brought up when you guys were off, Bryce Williams, 6 for 9 from 3, 21 points.
He had a better game.
Yeah, he did. He had a terrible game in the first time. I was like,
that was your guy.
Right. That was the one guy I brought up.
Yep.
And he sucks. But
he got it back, though.
Yeah, he had a nice game, too, 6 for 9 from 3. So, I don't know. Another guy, too, that, I mean, he kind of stood out just because he plays like a point forward. Isaac Jones, a guy we traded for, maybe picked up off of waivers last year from the Kings.
I think he was in the G League too, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Motor City Cruise.
Yeah, he looked pretty good yesterday too. He could handle the ball as a big man, which is nice.
I'll say it. I'm just gonna say it. I love that we're talking like all these random dudes on the summer league. 90% of them won't touch the court. For the Pistons.
But
like the only one that has in the last like 4 years is Chaz Lanier. That's like
Dennis Jenkins.
Dennis Jenkins. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. Dennis Jenkins. That's it. That it's. Like there's all these like Bryce Williams, he might be.
No, yeah.
I was kind of having that conversation with Kool-Aid before the summer league started.
It's not like we're talking like
who's
gonna make the roster. It's
who was it game 1 that had like 23 points? Who was that? You guys know he led the Pistons. I don't even know. See, I don't even know his name, but like people will be like, oh my gosh, he went great. He's going to be in the G League.
What the summer league is, it's a showcase for guys like DeBanza and Darren Peterson. Yeah, they just want to give you a taste of basketball.
I love talking about all these guys that you're bringing up, but it's like it's like filler.
No, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But you know what
you
matters?
might see a Tolu Smith throughout the year.
But it'll be like he'll play like 3 games for the Pistons.
You know what matters though?
And he's not going to make a difference.
Klintman, man.
No, they're not going to make a difference.
Nah, that's who it might be over for.
You know who might?
Hey, take it off for Chaz and put it on Bobby Klintman. I think it's
I don't think Bobby Klintman's on the team anymore.
The committee, we have now moved away from Chaz. We're on Bobby's ass now.
Man.
No, but I'll say this: you gotta wait. At least we saw more of the blocks. You know, that's what we wanted to see. Better
boards.
Yeah, the rebounding it was really the rebounding. I knew he'd get a bunch of blocks, but it's the rebounding. I was like, okay,
we got to. The offense is not going to be there.
He hit a 3 yesterday.
He's not.
What he needs to learn.
He's a defensive specialist.
Offensively, what he needs to learn, because you can't play in the NBA like and be a big. Well, you can.
You
but,
can.
but you can't have like 4 points. You have to be able to at least just set a screen, get to the basket, and go dunk it. I don't know if he has that. He's gonna have to get that. Like you said, it's not there.
Yeah.
At some point, if he wants to be in the rotation on the Pistons, you just have to. You have to figure that out.
Yeah.
You can't be a cone and just like as Pat Bev said, like you're a cone. Like usually that's defensively. Offensively, he's a cone right now.
Well, I agree with you, but if you're really good defensively, even if you're averaging 5, you can have a role.
Yeah.
Like Mitchell Robinson is the best example.
But like Mitchell Robinson, at least though he can set, and if you need him to finish at the rim,
Yeah,
he
he's
can.
good in the
You
pick
just
and roll. He's solid
you
in the
just
pick and
have to
roll.
be solid.
That's all it is. Yeah. But points
And
don't really like. If
he'll get there eventually.
Yeah, like Mitchell had a career averaging 6 points.
Yeah.
I mean, and he got paid by the Celtics averaging 6 points. So he's probably going to start.
But he's a specialist in terms of rebounding and defense.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Which again, yesterday, like I said,
obviously I want to see that out of him.
First half struggled a little bit, turnovers. We saw that. I think he had 4 or 5 turnovers in the game.
Yeah.
A lot of them came from the first half, and he kind of got benched in the first half. The one thing I like is that he was able to bounce back.
Yeah.
Like it's hard, especially for young guys in that environment. You struggle. You play 5 minutes in the first half, 0 points, no rebound, whatever it was. His stat line was maybe 1 or 2 rebounds. But for him to bounce back, and then when you see in the second half, the guy has like 8 rebounds, 5 blocks. And it all almost came in one half of basketball.
Yeah, and it's not like the guy. Let's
That's
be real.
impressive.
Like your backup center's Paul Reed. So
Yeah.
like he's not going to come in and be your backup center, but he is somebody that I think will be floating around.
I see the vision.
I see the vision with him for sure.
It's going to take time.
And I'm glad you brought up that, Caleb, because in college he took some threes, and at least he ain't going to be Brook Lopez.
Technically, right.
But
has
he
it
did
in the
take
bag.
some threes. He's got I just want to see how this thing kind of plays out with him, because if you got a guy who can block shots, hopefully be a good rebounder, hopefully.
Yeah.
But if he can just hit a 3, spot up,
It'd be
there'll a
nice,
role
but
for him.
I don't even think the Pistons need that.
They
from
don't.
him.
They just need a guy who can block shots.
That's it.
Come off the bench,
And
block
he's
shots.
He a big body, bro. We haven't had a 7-footer here in God knows how long.
It's honestly too like it's a chess piece.
Yeah.
The Pistons haven't had.
Yeah, it's why you take a second-round pick. You want to see if he can turn into what it's like a 6th-round pick in the NFL.
You have him on your roster, and at some point throughout the year, if you play, if you have a matchup where you really need someone like that, like you're able to at least go to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know what he's gonna be like instantly though. For you, I think it might take a little time for him to adjust.
Yeah,
into
he's
this.
not gonna play probably.
I think were expectations. I think when he got drafted, and again, I go back to where it was like when the Stu thing happened. It's simultaneously happened where Stu got traded, and then you drafted him, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's your Stu." I think now you realize a little bit. Okay, that wasn't their Stu move. Paul Reed is kind of going to be the Stu.
He'll be the backup center.
Yeah. So for Ugonna, it's. Let's take a step back. Let him develop. Let get a little better.
I guess where I was hoping is like maybe because Paul Reed's your backup center, but I was thinking from a more of a defensive standpoint. I was hoping Ugonna could step in and make an impact of some sort this year, just defensively. Because as much as I love Paul Reed, like Paul Reed can go get. He can be a little. He ain't a defender. Like he ain't gonna be do what Isaiah Stewart did from a defensive.
No, but you trust him over Ugonna, right?
But you
away.
making the making the trade off for offense because B. Stu wasn't giving you much offensively.
Wasn't, and
Paul Reed opens that up a little more. He's a better pick and pop option, all that. So.
I want to read this comment too. Danny G. Rap Cave Chris soiled multiple pairs of pants watching Chaz.
Shout out Chris, man.
Do we ever think this is a question I guess
for
you guys? Do we ever think that Chaz will end up being like a rotational player for you?
No, I just think there's too much
it's
competition
too many
at
guards.
that position. Yeah.
But if he can continue to shoot at a crazy clip like he is, they'll have to have some conversations because you can never use too much shooting. So.
Yeah. I always just wonder, like in the summer league, he struggled in game 1, game 2, good. When you get to the NBA, you got to be on all the time.
Yeah.
And the pressure of the NBA might be different than summer league.
Think of shooting guard right now. I'll read you off who they have a shooting guard on the roster: Duncan Robinson, Isaiah Joe, Kevin Huerter, Gary Harris. That's 4.
That's tough.
That are going to beat him out.
That's tough, and they all vets. It's I
did hear it, by the way, too, on the broadcast. I don't know if you guys heard it yesterday. I don't know who was the play-by-play guy.
It's John Wall and someone else.
It was John. Yeah, John. I don't know who the play-by-play one is, but he said that he had actually they spoke with someone within the Detroit organization, and they said the conversations that they've had with Chaz Lanier was long-term, that they're looking at this as a very long-term play for Chaz.
Yeah.
They're not looking at it in year 1 or year 2 or maybe even year 3 that he's going to be a massive piece, but they're looking at it, hey, we're going to develop him, we're going to let him get better, get used to the league, and then eventually maybe he turns into something.
Well, that's hard to do in the That's hard to do in the NBA because you only have 2 years to do that.
Yeah.
Because these rookies sign 2-year deals, so it's like if you actually think Chaz is going to be a part of your future, you got to figure that out
and play
soon.
him. Yeah,
and play him. But like you said, there's 5 guys ahead of him, or 4 guys ahead of him at guard right now. So I don't see where the minutes come.
All
barring an injury, but I don't see where Chaz
besides
gets his minutes.
Besides his shooting, what else is he really bringing to the table?
Nothing.
He might just be a specialist. I don't know, like his ability to put the ball on the floor. I don't know if he can facilitate that well. So
to be fair, Chaz's contract is a 4-year deal.
No, they did sign him.
It isn't a 2-year.
They did. Okay.
So that's why I think that conversation on the broadcast came up. Pistons look at him as a long-term development piece. He's on a 4-year, almost $9 million deal. The year 4 is a team option.
Yeah.
So he is on actually, it kind of lines up, and they are looking at him as let's develop and see what he can get into.
At least for right now, because things can change, and if he don't get no burn this season in terms of filling in on some nights, then they might opt to go in a different direction. They could put him in a deal, anything.
He's only making the cap hit each year for him is $2 million.
Yeah,
$2 to $2.5 million.
Man.
So if you do want to keep him for the next 4 and just eventually maybe if he turns into something, then whatever.
If you don't see him by next year, I think it's a wrap.
Let's take a break. We come back. We still have more to get to. We're talking Lions. ESPN came out with an X Factor player, or at least a breakout player for the Lions.
By the way, new Jared Goff ranking.
Jared Goff ranking. They came out. ESPN. Quarterback rankings. We'll talk about that. Also, Dwayne Casey spoke on Jalen Duren.
Shout out.
Shared his thoughts on that. Went on the radio.
Here we go. I forgot about Jalen Duren already.
Day 60 still no deal. It feels like it's been forever, bro.
But we'll see you right after the break. We'll be back shortly.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. 1's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. We're at the Lomas Brown Golf Classic at the Country Club out here in Detroit, in Grosse Pointe. And by the way, this is a nice neighborhood. Good vibes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We were on the back 9 driving with Joey and them, and we were driving by some of the houses. And I'll tell you what, the fact that there are people in this world that have houses like that,
dude,
it is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
From some of the houses that I've had growing up and then seeing that,
yeah,
I'm like, this is not real life.
I'll blow your mind. Let me drive you through Grosse Pointe. I'll blow your mind,
It's
bro.
insane.
Some of these houses out here are nuts, bro.
Like,
right
how
off
much
the water.
do you have to make to have houses like
I'd probably say Jalen Duren money, probably. Probably Jalen Duren money. That's what he's asking for. He could probably buy
before or
half
after the
neighborhood.
RFA contract.
Yeah, the qualifying
Right.
offer that people want this man to, or try and think this man's going to sign.
This Jalen Duren thing, guys, it's gone too far.
Well, Dwayne Casey had he went on radio.
1,257.
He went on radio, talked about Jalen Duren, and from what he sounded like, sounds like they're absolutely in love with him. So let's play the clip. Caleb, cue it up. We'll react to it. You guys give your thoughts on it.
He's ours. We're happy to have him. I know Trajan is excited. JB loves him. He's ours, and hopefully we get things worked out.
Yeah, you said you know what he can be. What
Right.
can he be?
Well, again, he's 22, 6'11", 7-foot kid. Again, he can be. He showed during the regular season where he could dominate, protect the paint, big time lob threat. I think the things he'll learn is when teams change up on him during the playoffs, when they bring that extra defender behind him, how to handle that. When he catches the ball in the short row pocket, how to make those plays and make those decisions. And as Eddie knows, those things are hard to learn as a young kid.
So Dwayne Casey, did what he had to do. Went on radio, talked Jalen Duren, talked about how much the Pistons want to re-sign him. He obviously coached Jalen Duren as well. So I'll put it like this. All right, will things get worked out with Jalen Duren? I believe so. But I think how the offseason's kind of played out right now, they need to get this done because it doesn't seem to be this the Kevin Durant stuff or the Trey Murphy stuff.
Yeah.
It ain't as much as we enjoy talking about it, and it's great. And maybe there still is a chance. I don't want to never say never, but it looks like this offseason is Jalen Duren via re-sign or sign and trade, and there's no suitors. So unless you want to go to the Kings route and try.
Or
to get
no,
something
you know the new one, the Nets. MPJ's available.
The Nets came. Oh yeah, I guess the trade with MPJ would match the money.
It would.
So if you want to go, if you want to go
could do
MPJ,
it. They got to do some maneuvering, but it's possible.
And he's an expiring contract, so you'd have to extend him probably.
Yeah.
Dude,
so you maybe MPJ, but at this point it looks like it's signed Duren or bust. I mean, that's what it feels like.
It's the fact that it's gotten to this point. At the end of the day, this is what's going to happen. Duren's going to be a Piston. The Pistons, the reason, like realistically on the Pistons side, I don't know why you're in a rush because no matter what, the longer it goes, the less money you're going to get him for.
Yeah.
You know who should be in a rush? Like I get what you're saying, but the side that should be in a rush is Jalen Duren's camp because it's not going to go up. So the offer you have on the table from the Pistons right now, it's not going up. You have no leverage. So if you're Jalen Duren, the pressure is on you. You need to go sign that paper, and you need to get that contract done because the longer you wait, the more leverage the Pistons are going to get, and the cheaper your contract's going to end up getting, or you're going to have to sign the qualifying offer. So that's where it's at. Like I get what you're saying. I don't think the Pistons are in a rush to do it because of that.
Yeah.
It can't go up from here.
No, the ball's in their court.
Yeah,
no,
I would wait until the first game, until training camp. Like I would wait. Like, hey, if you want to sit here and wait, every week you wait, it goes down another $500,000. Like, here we go.
Yeah, I guess it's not
Get into
about
it.
maybe like a leverage thing I'm discussing because I still think the Pistons have leverage. It's more of like a timeline, or not even a timeline thing.
What's the timeline?
It's not even a timeline thing. That's not my argument. But it's more of like you got to make sure he's still interested in coming back.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't want to come back for whatever reason, like,
or if he's
screwed.
harboring bad
Let's say he
feelings
does.
about it.
Let's say he does sign the qualifying offer. We can all sit here and say that's a terrible decision. It's worst case for the Pistons though.
Why?
Because he'll go out. And then he'll hit free agency. He might lose a lot of money, but he's not interested in coming back.
Yeah.
He'll go somewhere else.
That shows me
and now,
he got
But then it gives you a year, though,
He-
to find your center, and you're probably going to have more money to go work and really get Cade the number 2.
No, for
and
sure,
you can actually
but-
find a good center. Let's go look at free agent centers next year. You want to do that real quick?
2027 is supposed to have a good class.
Because next year, once you get into that free agency, maybe the Pistons are, Jeff, maybe you just brought up a good point. Maybe the Pistons are looking at this like, please sign the qualifying offer. We would love to only have you for one more year at that price, and we would love to be able to go get Cade Cunningham a real number 2 on the wing, and we would love to find one of the centers for next season because there's none this year. Maybe that's how they're actually looking at it, and that's the long game that they're playing. Maybe that's it.
I hope they just get this thing done.
I think they won't.
Because here.
But to Booner's point, that's got to be the backup plan.
Because by the way, like here we go with this, and you brought it up all the time. Like we're gonna wait till next year's offseason, next year free agency, and be like, we're gonna get somebody.
But if Jalen Duren's here, though, that's not like
Right.
waiting. And now if Jalen Duren left and you're waiting, then I get that.
No,
but
he's in the next
if
year
you
he'll
sign-
leave. And then
Yeah,
he's
but
gone.
then you're still this year competing for a championship because he's still on your team on the qualifying offer. Yeah.
But we're talking about
He's
the
here.
future. The future. I'm saying.
I don't even. But I've never been the long term. Like, let's look at the next 5 years. Like, I don't care about that.
But you okay? But do you think they'll win a championship if Duren comes back this year? Do you think they can?
If they get another piece with Cade.
But my point is they don't.
If
Duren
they don't have
comes
that,
back.
no, they won't.
Okay,
win.
then you don't this year, and then you go in the offseason. Duren leaves. Now, how's your chances looking?
Good,
So
because now you have money next year to go.
Okay, let's
actually
go
make
look
that
at the
move.
free agents. Okay, next year free agency. So you have Stephen Curry. He's going back. Jackson Hayes. I'm good. Okay, Anthony,
Jimmy Butler.
Come on,
bro.
I know you're a Jimmy Butler.
Tyler
guy.
Hero's actually a free agent next year.
Well,
He's
again,
re-signing in Milwaukee.
That's
Yeah,
another
they're
one
gonna-
we don't
they're gonna
know. We don't know
re-sign.
how these things play out.
Again,
Possibly
wait. When
he's
you
gonna
say that,
resign.
don't say that because has he re-signed yet, Caleb?
No, but
okay,
but,
so
but,
you're
no,
assuming.
No, but
this
remember when we were talking about
this
Tyler,
is not an assuming
remember
game.
when we were talking about Tyler Hero when we said if we were going to trade for him, we were going to
Caleb,
have to extend him. That's the same thing. For
I get what you're
Milwaukee.
saying. This is not it's not an assuming game. We're going off of what's going to be available.
Well,
that's that's.
How do we know if he's? What if he doesn't want to resign?
Okay, then Steph Curry's going to be available in the offseason next year.
He might.
Okay.
Has he resigned?
We got to have a little objectivity.
Has he signed his deal yet?
No, he
has not.
Has Kawhi signed his extension yet?
Yeah, but he plans to.
He plans to.
All reports is he plans to.
Kevin Durant has a player option. Could he opt
out? But again, we look at free agency.
Yes.
Guys, we know the free agency isn't the only the path. We've been talking trading for Trey Murphy right now.
Your big Duran trade piece would be out the window. There's no sign and trade. He's gone. So you'd basically just have first-round picks and nothing else.
Yeah,
you're not going to trade unless you want to trade a Sar. You want to throw him in there. You know what I mean? Because the biggest thing you had is like, well, I'll add Duran in there, sign and trade, and then we can. He's gone. So now you have picks and you have a Sar.
Yeah, maybe you're right with that.
That's where it gets tricky.
I think right now,
like the Sar and some of your role player contracts.
You guys want to know where this whole offseason went wrong? Trajan Langdon and his team, they planned and they went into this offseason being like, we got all this money now, we have all, and they did nothing with it. Whether they tried or not, they did nothing with it. And that's starting to put them back a little bit. It like whether we like it or not, it is what it is.
That ain't got nothing to do with Duran, though.
But Duran was part of that offseason plan.
In terms of Duran, they've been
the reason it has to do with the Duran stuff is to Jeff's point. If you lose Duran or if you don't have him on your team, you're in a weird spot now because next year the free agents might not be there. You might not have Duran for the trade.
No, for
options.
sure.
So
but you got to be
him and his
for that
team
as
were
a
like,
franchise.
we're going all in this offseason. They whether people could tell me all they want. Takes two to tango. I get that. You still swung and missed. This was the offseason to do it. It hasn't happened. This is not good for them right now. Their plan is in a bad spot.
The plan was to go out and get a star this offseason. You saw he tried to do that. It didn't work out. You can say, well, he tried. Okay, cool. It's still unsuccessful. And my point is with this Duran stuff, it's not even about leverage and timeline. My overall point is he's plan A right now for me. Make sure this dude's in a Pistons uniform for the next 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is. That's plan A at this point. Things have changed. I'm not going to say, and I get what you're saying. We'll let him sign the qualifying, and then we'll just go sign a free agent. That's again, we're going into this we hope that this is going to. I know for a fact you can keep Duran. He's your best option at this point. It's unfortunate. Would I have loved a Trey Murphy or someone of that for sure? And I understand why that's still a discussion, but. Guys, we're looking at this thing. It's probably most likely going to be re-sign Duran. Let's run this thing back. And, if you don't like that, you don't like that.
And that's been the Pistons sentiment the whole time.
Yeah, I'm not saying you overpaid Jalen Duran. I'm not saying that because we can go back to the leverage point. I still think the Pistons have some leverage here. They don't have to.
I wonder what the price is right now. I would love to be in that building just to
that's
be able
the $1 million
to see
question.
And where are they at. Because we didn't get to talk about it last week because I think the Victor stuff came out Friday night, Saturday.
Oh, man.
But Victor Wembanyama basically just takes less money. He took the amount of money that he took was the amount that Jalen Duran wanted to start the offseason.
Yeah.
And that's the comparison. You know what's really funny about that? And it's kind of a full circle moment is Neil was comparing Wemby's performance in the finals to Duran's in the second round. And then then Wemby turns around and goes, I'm just going to sign a Duran deal.
Yeah.
And it's wait a second. Hold on. So Duran thinks him doing what he did in the second round is worth one of the best players that we've ever seen of our generation.
Well, now I feel like Duran feels like an idiot.
Oh, he should.
Him
and his camp should.
Because you're not getting because what could Wemby have made? It was
some
$303 million or something like that. He took $250. Duran's probably looking at that dude, I kind of feel like a scumbag now. We got to get something done here because I'm going to look bad.
It's these aprons, dude.
Yeah.
And that's why Wemby did it. Jeff and I were having the conversation. Caleb, kudos to you that you brought that up on the show a couple weeks ago about the cap space and all that. I saw a tweet, someone saying when the next CBA comes around that the players want to get rid of the aprons because look at what Wemby just did. They're going to stay under that apron because Wemby could just go and be like, I'm going to make this move. And it helps them financially, not just with cap hit, but with the aprons. Where a guy like that's able to make that move and your superstar doesn't put you in that next apron. And no other superstars have done it, but other teams don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
They don't.
And most superstars ain't taking a pay cut.
No.
Wemby cut a little different. So
yeah, and also to be fair, I'm not saying the point of what you're saying is wrong. Victor also earns probably millions and millions and millions of dollars in endorsements.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
So, like, I understand, you know what I mean?
Without a
I
doubt.
get it. I understand your point. And also, Victor, what does he want to win? Championships. So he's like
But
he's
that's where
different,
Duran,
bro.
it's like, I love Duran, man. That's where you got to have that mindset. Like,
He wants to
we
win
his
know what
bag,
we're
though.
building
He
in
won his
Detroit.
bag, yeah.
He's still going to get a bag is the
No,
issue.
he is, yeah.
So, like, and again, I don't want to, and we say this all the time, we don't want to, like, count people's pockets, right? Like, we don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
like,
Like,
I
hey,
get it.
take a hometown discount. I know. Like, I hate when people say that because it's not realistic because these guys they earned that. But when you do see a guy like Victor Wembanyama take, what was it, like, overall in his contract, almost $100 million less or $70 million, whatever it was, dude, that shows right there. Like, a guy like that can do it. Hey, you can do it. As a center on this team,
like
you can
this,
do that.
Dad with Tourette. So blame Cade for not taking less. We have a below-average league 3-point shooting lead guard with turnover issues, making a max contract.
Cade's a top 5 player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
We over that.
But again, like Cade isn't like is he a top 3 player paid in the NBA right now?
No.
Well, he is one of the highest under 25 paid players.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
the entire
But
world.
he's not top 3 though. I mean.
But he deserves every penny.
yeah, every percent. He's the franchise.
He's the
he is the franchise.
He
Yeah,
keeps-
take Cade out of this conversation.
Yeah, like
the
it's just
NBA,
like not smart.
The NBA is about star power. That's your superstar.
Yeah.
You pay him whatever. I mean, would you love him? Oh yeah, take a discount. Yeah, but I'm with Booner on that. I don't care. If I'm an athlete, if I'm in his position,
Yeah.
I'm getting my bag.
Yeah, you're getting your bag, but at the same
my
time,
bag.
like Duran should try to get as much money again as
Yeah.
can seek out. But now
Right.
after the Wemby thing, it's a little bit different because if he wants to go have these conversations still with the Kings and the Lakers are out of it, but teams outside of the Pistons, like they're looking at it now even more than they have before. Like we're not giving you this amount of money after Victor Wembanyama just made this.
To be
And
fair,
the market is 35
And let me be
and under.
consistent too. Like Derek Tourette's is like, well, Wemby took less. Well, here's the difference, right? Wemby made an NBA Finals and then went to sign his contract. So he's thinking, man, we were just there, we were close.
Yeah.
I'm going to take less. What did the Pistons do when Cade signed that contract? They put that man through hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I'm Cade, I'm
By
like,
the
I'm
way,
signing.
Cade and Victor's contracts are right there. Cade is 5 for two almost 270. Victor's 252. So like Cade's
He's making a couple more million a
AAV
year.
is 53 and Wemby's is 50.
But two different spots those players were in when they signed the contracts.
Yeah.
If Cade made an NBA Finals, maybe things would be slightly different. If they were really close, maybe he would have a different mindset. But right now, when he signed that contract, it's like, bro, like
They suck.
yeah, it's like Matt. I mean, it's like
I want to be here, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they gonna ever fix the franchise.
Are there people that are sticking up for Jalen Duren in that situation? Because I've mostly seen a lot of people kind of push back at Jalen Duren. Like, dude, you wanted 45 to 50. That's
breaking
almost
the market
what
at this
Cade
point.
has, and that's what Victor just got.
Like I said, the market for centers this year is 35 and under. And if he don't want to fall under that, then that's on him.
Yeah.
But the Pistons have to be ready to move accordingly either way.
I think he ends up getting like 32. I do.
I can see it.
And I'm fine with that because remember everyone's number, like a lot of people were like 45. I was always at 40.
Yeah. I think 40's out the window now.
40's
Anything in
there's
the
no
fours
way
is
he
out
gets
the window.
40 now.
Yeah.
There's
Based
no
on the
way.
reports,
I'd
we're
even
going
go 37, 38, but yeah, as far as 40, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. You can't go to 40 based on the reporting. I mean, it seems like they're off of that as well. Let's take a break. We come back. We'll talk some Tigers, man. We'll talk some Tigers.
Scooble.
I went to the game on Friday.
Yeah. I have a comment. I have a comment on Tarek Skubal, by the way.
We'll talk about that.
I want to talk about Tarek Skubal.
Let's do it. Yeah, Skubal news with
We have
Skubal.
Skubal hot take coming up from
Yeah,
Boner. Watch out.
We got to talk about him as well. Tell us about Thrive, Boone.
Let me tell you guys about Thrive here. I'll just grab this and tell you guys about it. Thrive, guys, if you guys are looking for some energy, this isn't your daddy's dip, Dan Campbell dip. Listen, this thing is packed with caffeine. 300 milligrams, I believe it is the exact number, over 300 milligrams. They taste good. They're perfect for you. If you guys want to get some energy, get off all those drinks, all that stuff, get yourself a Thrive. You can go get it at dipstop.com. You can get 15% off your entire order. You can use our promo code WSN for 15% off. Make sure you go check out Thrive.
Neil Rule and Sean Belizian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
Saturday.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
We're back. Crunch time here on Woodward Sports at the Lomas Brown Golf Classic.
Come on.
And we got to talk some Tigers.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, they're back, right?
No, they are. They are back. I understand what happened the last 2 days versus the Phillies, but you can't ignore that stretch that they had.
No, 6 in a row. It was cool.
9 of 10, 6 in a row.
Yep.
And I don't even care about the last two games, man. Like, I went to that Friday game. I don't even care.
No, you listen.
Oh, the games are great to go to.
No, because I was specifically Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, Outman had a 2-run triple? It was electric out there, dude.
The funny thing about
I almost
that,
took my shirt off. I almost went tarps off out there.
The funny thing about that is, like, Caleb texted me, like, right after that game. It was like, Booner going to be insufferable.
Shout out Amon.
And I'm like, bro, I can already hear Booner now, assuming they was going to win the series. But, you end up dropping the series, and every game.
Slow down a little bit.
But every game
bound to happen.
matters for the Tigers at this point, which is why I'm still just of the belief that it's too high of a hill to climb. But they have played good baseball this month, but they got to be able to follow it
in
up.
June and July so far, a month and a half. And I love it. I already know what Caleb's going to say. I already know. Oh, these 2 games is what they actually are. Listen, I don't want to hear, and I'm just being honest.
These 2 games.
This is not. Jeff, tell me if I'm wrong. You're usually the guy that keeps me in a little way. This is your zone, Boone, or stop when you get too much or too left, whatever it is. I don't want to hear from the people who told me that the June and July don't matter, and then they're going to say just a 2-game stretch or a 2-day stretch matters. Don't want to hear it. Like, don't sit here when I try to be like, hey, this month and a half, they've been the best team in the AL. They've been doing this since June, and then you're going to come in on a Monday morning after they lost 2 to Philly, and yeah, bats struggled a little bit. But you're going to ignore the whole month and a half, and you're going to be like, oh, but look at this 48 hours. This is back to where they were. No, I'm not doing that, because if you're not going to give them credit for June and July, don't try and go doo-doo on them for the last 48 hours. I do not want to hear that.
Uh-oh.
At the end of July, we can have the conversation. If after the All-Star break, they come back and they do what they did the last 2 days, and at the end of July, they start having that conversation where they start struggling again, then we can. But don't last week have this conversation with me and say June and July don't matter. It's like what they did in May. They're really not back. And then you want to all of a sudden to talk about these last. I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear it. If you're not going to give them credit for June and July, don't go at them for the last 48 hours. Do not do it.
Well, number one,
it's not fair to them. It's not fair to the. It's not.
I get it. I think it's a little more nuanced than that.
I think
but there are some people that are doing that.
But you can't. You have to be consistent, dude. You can't just be like, well, these 2 games are what they were. Then why were you telling me ignore June and July? I don't want to hear it.
No, it's not ignore. Like,
I think it's irresponsible.
I'm giving them credit for what they've done.
You didn't last week when we had the conversation.
No, I did, but I'm saying that it was too much of it. Like, do you see how well they played in June and July?
And
they're still 8 games back. Now here's the thing,
Caleb. They went from 16 games under 500 to 8 in June.
Yeah,
they've cut it in half in 1 month.
Did you just hear what you just said?
They cut it in half.
If they were at like 12, just played like the best baseball they have in a long time, and they're still 8 games below 500. Now, here's the thing. Now, I'm not looking at the past 48 hours and going, oh, they fucking suck again, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of just what those games meant. Going into the All-Star break, you have Mize and Skubal, 2 of the best. And I would put, I don't know about you, Gordo, but I would put Mize in the conversation of one of the better pitchers in the AL. You have him on the mound. You have Skubal on the mound. Obviously, you're against Sanchez and Wheeler. But you want to ride this momentum going into the All-Star break, and your bats to shut down on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, it is a little bit disappointing because you wanted to win those baseball games with your ace on the mound in front of the home crowd before the All-Star break. So those are 2 very frustrating losses. I'm not looking at that 48 hours and saying they suck again, but still, you would have liked to win those games. 100%.
Dude, yeah, I'm not gonna overreact to getting clipped by two of the best pitchers in baseball.
No.
It is a little bit of a heat check, I feel like, for us as Tigers fans, if we're gonna go around here and saying we have like the best starting rotation in all of baseball. Okay, well, let's calm down. We can't say that anymore, quite clearly. But the biggest takeaway for me is I still want to think about Friday as much as possible because we looked like such a complete team on Friday, all aspects of the game, and we took advantage of the other team's errors and didn't commit a lot of errors. And we backed up our starting pitcher with plenty of run support early and even later on in the game. So there was multiple facets where I've seen with this Tigers team, it looks like they really can put it all together and go out there and contend. But unfortunately, we just haven't seen them be able to put it all together. But heading into the, out of the All-Star break and into the trade deadline, we have a pretty winnable slate of games coming up. So the Tigers, no doubt in my mind, should continue through the slate of games, and you got to win most of them, obviously.
Listen, they were Caleb, and this is the thing, guys. They were 16 games below 500 at one point.
Yeah.
16 below 500. And they crawled all the way to 12. And then people were like a little hyped up, right? They were 12 under 500. Oh, they're starting to win a little games. And then they lose. They lose. They have the Yankees game or the Yankees series and then the Astros series. And then they get back to what was it? I'm looking at here. It was like 13 or whatever. And then people are like, oh, they're dead. And then all of a sudden they go on another stretch to where they crawl all the way up to 6 games below 500. Like, you can't just every time they lose a game or two in a row be negative and be like, oh, they had to be perfect to get. They're crawling back. They are. That's exactly what you said.
Didn't I just say I'm not taking the past 48 hours with didn't I just say that?
Yeah. I don't know if Booner's directing that at you.
You literally just said that they had to be perfect to get to even 6. So I take that as you don't think that they played their best baseball now, that you don't think that they're going to get back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That okay, you are right.
And that's my point is
that
they have been just slowly getting to this, and then they lose 2 games, and then you're like, well, they had to be perfect to even get to. Like, no, they're going to lose 2 games in a row at some point again this season. It's going to happen.
But you can't. They put themselves in a position where you can't do it.
You can though.
How?
Oh, because you can win 9 of 10 games. You can win 7 of 8 games and then lose 2, and you still crawled back 4 games up. You still made 4 games up. It's mathematically correct.
Losing 2 games in a row means you're losing series. You can't afford to lose that many more series this year.
If they're 8 games under 500, right? If they win 7 of their next 8, they're only 1 under 500.
Okay, well that's a tall task you're asking.
But what I'm saying is, if they go on another run to where they win 6 of their 7, 7 of their 8, if they do that again. Now they're crawling back. You can't expect they're going to end up losing 2 games at some point again this year.
So what team do you think we're going to get out of the All-Star break? Do you think? Now I'm not saying.
I think you're going to get an over 500 team, a team that's going to start crawling back. Like to Gordo's point, let's go over their schedule for the next when they come back. It's all winnable.
We start off with the Angels, and then I believe we have the Cubs for
Angels, Cubs, Kansas City,
and then KC,
Baltimore, A's again, who you just beat, Seattle, Sanford. They're going to be able to crawl back. Like that's just my point. It's not a dead just because they lost 2 to Philly going into the they've cut that 5 under 500. They've cut it in half already.
I think that second Angels series is the last before the trade deadline, and we got our guy Braylon right here. Braylon, you got anything to say to the people? Hey, you doing good out there? You shot a right on.
And Caleb, by the way, I'm not trying to argue about it. I'm just saying you can't be like, hey, they can't get there when they just went on that run. And you're like, well, that's the perfect. They can play that baseball. We've seen it. Versus bad teams, they win series. We know that.
But the thing,
you're now all of a sudden you're like, oh, like Friday, you're telling me like you're almost back, and then they lose 2 games to Philly, and you're all like, oh.
No,
you know what?
When did I say that?
It's just maybe.
What are you talking about? We had a conversation last week. Okay, let's just.
When did I say they're almost back? And here's the thing, Booner. Like the one thing I can't keep hearing is like. They cut it in half. Like I can't because
that's a fact.
I know they did, but they're still 8 games below 500.
Okay, so you were telling me that at 12, and now they're at 8, and they're crawling. Okay, we've said all along each month they're going to have to crawl back. They're not going to do it in 3 weeks, Caleb.
I'm going to tell you that at 4 too, because they're still 4 games below 500. Like they put themselves in such a terrible spot.
Well, we all know that. Well, you're saying the obvious. They were 16 back.
We can't keep patting them on the back until they do it, though, and that's
they've been doing it.
But until they are 500, we need to stop patting you in particular. Need need to stop patting this team
I could,
on the back.
So now you're telling me what I can and can't do.
No, but it's a way harder task to get back to 500 than it is to be what they have been.
How about this? I think I've heard enough to know.
Yeah, bro.
Because I know from your guys' side, you've seen them dig themselves such a massive hole, and you're not willing to really.
I've seen this
fully
shit before.
give them credit or buy back in until they're 500. You guys have made
it's
that
very
pretty
simple.
clear.
Let's
Booner
see it then.
is trying to acknowledge what has happened over the last couple.
Yeah, let's
of weeks.
listen. You know what? To them, let's not give them credit for going from 16 below to 8.
Yeah,
or all the way up to 6.
They get credit, but you acting like they back already.
Well, he's
they won 9 of 10 games,
but they are still under.
Well, no, duh, they were 16 under.
Like, bro,
hey, welcome to mathematics.
You act like
it's
they won
easy
the World
math.
Series,
No, he's
bro.
not. This is where I'm with Booner. Like
that's easy math.
They get acknowledgement. Keep
no,
doing it.
They're not getting it because you're saying
doing it.
You hear him?
Yes,
you hear him saying?
What if
hold on,
Booner,
stop.
It's you two.
You guys keep saying they get acknowledgement. No, because every time I give them acknowledgement, you say stop giving it to them until they're 500.
Yes.
Then
What's
they're
so
not
hard
getting
about
acknowledgement.
that?
What are you talking?
No, you
saying?
acknowledge the fact that they have. You acknowledge the fact that they have won, but that doesn't mean shit when you are still
because
8
you're fighting
games
back.
under 500 and 5 teams are in front of you in the wild
winning
card.
games means nothing.
It's Caleb.
in their
You
sense.
two are not bought. You think it's Fugazi, or you're not bought into their 500?
Because
okay,
we've watched this for years now, bro.
I understand the years thing, but he's looking at it in a vacuum over the last.
And that's the
month.
problem.
Well,
How is that the
you
problem?
cannot look at the Detroit Tigers in a vacuum. They are two different
let
teams.
him talk.
They are
let him
Jekyll
talk.
and
Let him
Hyde.
talk. Go ahead.
Do you think his Booner? And this is where we'll make this very clear. You don't think this team's a World Series team? Clear. You don't think this team's a World Series team. You think they're going to win the World Series?
No, I wouldn't get the playoffs.
But you're talking about a team that can make the playoffs, and right now they're how many games back from making the playoffs?
Like 3.
3.5.
So what's the problem? What's the problem with that man acknowledging their play?
But you still need a lot to happen. That's the problem. That's what he's not acknowledging. You still have 5 teams in front of you in the wild card. You're still 8 games below 500.
And a week ago, I was told there's 9 teams in front of you.
And yes, we get that. They cut the lead down. Whoop-de-doo. Congratulations to the Tigers.
Well, it's not really you say whoop-de-doo, and I understand that. But
no,
but
if
the month they just had, like that's what
they had a great month.
Yes,
but we have seen the Tigers have great months before. We've seen the Tigers do this where they go on the stretch. They look like the best team in baseball. I think it's Fugazi because at the end of
just
because
you think it doesn't mean someone
good.
else that, like literally based off of what's happened the last month and a half, because you look at Maine, you say it's a Fugazi because of that month. You're yelling at me and saying
it's not just because of that month.
You're yelling at me and saying I can't think that it's actually real because you think it's a Fugazi.
You can think what you want. I don't care.
No, obviously I can't because you guys are yelling at me saying I can't.
But you're trying to gatekeep our fandom because you think this team is back and they're not back.
Am I?
So you both are going.
They are back because they've been good in June and July. They're the best team in the
telling
AL
this
since
man
June
he can't
1st.
watch games,
yeah,
bro.
no.
He said he wasn't going to.
No, just because he said he was flirting with being back with him.
He said he wasn't going to. He said I'm done watching
So
them.
what?
So
you know how many times I've been out on the Tigers? I'm still watching the game.
Now you're using a different argument.
You both. I'll say this objectively.
No, this is what you've done though. You gatekeeping fandom.
I had it. Dude, you're just yelling over people. All right, I literally had a conversation with Caleb last week where he looked at me and said, I might be back in. This team is nice. Did we not have that conversation in the back room? We did.
You both
said, I might like this. They're about to get me.
He said he was flirting with getting back with the team.
That means I'm about to, I might get
Yes.
Okay,
which
so
is clearly an acknowledgement.
Dude,
no, but it's clearly an acknowledgement of what they've done. That is clearly an acknowledgement, but you acted like they've fucking done it and they haven't.
I have not acted like they've done it.
So excuse me if I'm reserved until they do it.
You're just yelling to yell. I have not acted like that.
I'm not, bro, because you've gatekeeped the whole time.
Well, to be fair,
you ain't even been tapped in
I've
the whole
had the
time.
conversation with Caleb last week, and he said he's like,
we addressed the gatekeeping stuff from his side last week. But it seems like you're gatekeeping the fans being back.
No,
you know what? I won't watch them. I won't be excited. I'll hop on the show and I'll be sad and mad at them until they hit 500. Like you said, KG, you literally said until they become 500, I can't be happy about them. So you're really the one gatekeeping.
I'm just saying it's not smart.
No, you're not saying it's not smart. You've been yelling. Rewind the footage. You've been yelling back here.
You do what you want, but you're a grown man. You do what you want. All I'm saying is I'm trying to provide an objective argument as to why it's not wise to crown them so soon.
There was no objective to that. You were just telling, don't crown them until they're 500.
Yeah, which is smart. You probably shouldn't crown it until
I'm
not saying something wrong.
You're gatekeeping on the other side.
So your opinion, your guys' opinion, I wouldn't say it's objective, but your opinion, until they're 500, it is what it is, okay? Like, you're not going to listen to any of this shit. It's all fugazi.
I can say the stuff.
You're acknowledging the
you don't have to
27
say, hey,
9.
stop saying
You just getting in June and then want to be parading this team around like they haven't been bad.
They've been bad.
Since last year, they've been bad.
To be fair, we could give Booner credit. He was in before that.
No, and I'm not trying to
and
go
he
at
was
you,
saying
but it's like, come
it
on,
ain't
man.
dead yet, and that's when the June happened. So technically, you were right before June. And that was after all the shit happened.
And it's not even just June. It's been a month and a half.
But just like you tell us we can't
6
take,
weeks they've been good.
Just like you can't tell us, or you tell us we can't take May and make it the thing. You can't take those 2 months and make it the thing.
The
it's
stretch
good that
they've
they
had,
are cutting it down.
The stretch that they've had of good baseball, being first in the AL since June 1st, is longer than the bad stretch that they've had in May.
And that is fair, and I can reason with you there. You give them acknowledgement. Yes, they have cut that lead down. That is great. But they asking them how many wins do you think it'll take for them to get to the playoffs?
80. I think it's around 86, 85.
Because Sean has been playing this game on the morning show.
83, 84.
Yeah,
he's at 84.
He said. Let's say you think the number is 82, like Maz did this morning. Okay. They have to go 38 and 28 the rest of the way. Is it impossible? No. But that is a very tall task to ask this team to win 38 games, especially with the inconsistencies that they show offensively and pitching wise. Our pitching has been great. Where's the offense? When the offense is clicking, the pitching is struggling, especially the relief pitching. That's all I'm saying. Let's just be objective.
You know what? I'm not going to say anything about the Tigers until they're 500.
No, that's not.
It's not even that, bro. I'm trying to break bread with you.
We're not breaking
two sides.
bread.
It's two sides. You guys don't.
We're not breaking bread. I don't like bread.
But look what the Tigers are doing to us, and in the midst of that, you still have to worry about trading Skubal. And I think that's the death blow.
Well, let's get to that, because Skubal apparently
but by the way, too, I want it on record. Like, KG's yelling about this. Like, dude, they're not a World Series team.
Okay, but you pimping them like they are. Or
Who?
you have been.
No. Tell me, go. You know what I want you to do today, KG? Let's come to the show tomorrow. Find me a clip of me saying they're going to win the World Series, and then you can say, "Oh, I was right."
You've been defending people that thought they were a World Series team, saying, "Oh, you could just fix the roster, then, or the roster is good enough, so you just got to let them play." That is literally what you've been saying.
Have I ever said that they're a World Series team?
You agree with the people that do think that?
No, you heard me say that.
His take was them making the playoffs. You still are in on them making the playoffs.
I've never said they're going to win a World Series.
And that's
the only thing I've said was before the season, every Tigers fans and everyone said that this was a World Series roster.
So you said
hold on. I know what I said. Yeah. That's why I'm saying it right now. I said that they are a World Series. Everyone in the world was saying they were a World Series roster getting into the season.
Yes.
So then, if you think they're not even a playoff team now, if you were saying they were a World Series team before, minimum they're a playoff team when the roster outside, take away, I know there's injuries, but my argument has been they do have the players still on this roster that were a part of that World Series team.
Even though you disagreed with that.
I don't think that right now they're where they were to start the year when people thought they were a World Series team, but I still think that the roster that they have and some of the players they have, they were a part of that conversation. Are they a World Series roster? So minimum they're a team that can be in the playoffs and compete in the playoffs. Are they going to win the World Series? No, they're not.
Yeah, so we think. And like I said, if they keep struggling, I doubt they're even a playoff team, because you can't really afford to lose too many more series. Every game matters for them right now.
I've been hearing that, though, since the beginning of June.
I get that.
And they just keep winning series, and they keep winning games, and they're the best team in the AL since June.
We're approaching the end of July now, so it's really
you know what's crazy? You said we're approaching the end of July. They've been the best team for almost 2 months in the AL.
Oh, that's great.
And they're slowly.
Oh, that's great. You're facing a trade deadline in which you may have to trade your best pitcher, which I still think is probably the best plan to go, because you have to think about the future. This season, whatever happens with this season may be a wash or whatever, but you have to start worrying about the future.
Well, let's talk about that, because Tiger superstar pitcher, she referenced Tarek Skubal. He recently, it's been reported, has informed friends that he badly wants to stay in Detroit for the rest of the season. And we've already seen the comments how he thinks the Tigers should buy.
Yeah,
there's a sick part of me that think he's doing that on purpose. Go ahead.
Well, I want to start. I have a take on Skubal. I'm out on Tarek Skubal. I'm out on Tarek Skubal. Dude, Tarek Skubal, and I love him. He's done awesome things in Detroit. At the end of the day, if you're going to sit here and say you're in Detroit and you want to be in Detroit, sign a contract.
Yeah, I'm not going to sign a below-market contract.
Do not say those don't utter the words that you want to be in Detroit, and you're the team. You're the side that doesn't want a contract. If you could sign a 2-year deal, you could sign a 3-year deal, you could sign a long-term deal. I'm sure that there are going to be deals on the table for you in Detroit, or there have been. You cannot sit here and be like, please don't trade me, please don't trade me. Dude, you're going to leave us at the end of the year anyways, most likely, because you haven't signed a contract yet. If you really wanted to be in Detroit, it would have been done, first of all. at this point, you really don't love the city of Detroit because now all of a sudden, what do the Tigers do? They have to get something for you. They have to because you haven't committed long term. That's on you. That's on Tarek Skubal. That's on what is his agent's name?
Scott Boras.
Scott Boras. That's on him. Like this is a media play, and you know why I'm out on him fully? It pisses me off that he's going to try and use the city of Detroit as a kind of a stepping stone. That Scott Boras is like, oh man, suck up to the city of Detroit and the fans, man. Go suck up to them. Yeah. So then you can go get a really good contract from someone else. That's what this is. Scott Boras probably told him, hey, tell them you want to stay here so you look good. But trade him. Get him out.
You can't put it all on Skubal because you do realize that every reported offer that has come out has been a low ball. Like not even to market. It's been a low ball. That the Tigers
but again, if you want to be here
at every turn, yeah, but I'm not just gonna sign any contract when I'm a 2-time.
No, but
Cy
you
Young
can't
winner.
tell me that they haven't given him a good contract.
No, they have. Everything that's reported, all these contracts have not been good.
By the way,
back me up on that.
By the way, Xavier D in the chat said, now Booner's telling people what they can and can't say in public. Guys, that's my opinion. I'm not telling you how to think or what Skubal should say. I look at what he said, and that's my opinion. That's not me telling Skubal how to go about it. I literally when I hear that, I think, oh, you know what? It's like if me and Jeff were doing a show and our contracts were up. And we're like, oh, we want to be at Woodward. So, like, why didn't we sign a contract?
Yeah, but that you know how that works. You want to, but you, and this is where I'm.
Booner, if you were offered half of the money or like a fraction of the money that you thought that you should be paid, you would consider that as insulting. And as much as PR is important for somebody like Tarek Skubal, where the image of staying in Detroit, the image of maintaining that team friendly kind of guy that teams would want on their own team. That's important too. But Tarek Skubal, the way that this front office has gone about the entire contract negotiation with Tarek Skubal is disgusting. I think at the very beginning, they didn't have a clear motive if they were going to keep him long term or if they wanted to, get rid of him. They wanted to do get him for as long as possible without paying him. That's effed up. He is the most talented guy in your entire organization, and you're not paying him what he is market value, what he's owed. And so you wonder why, he is pissed off. He loves the city. He loves, being here.
How do you know that, though? Then why? And I
but
understand
there's no way that
there's
no way that they offered him half of what he's worth.
Bro, they offered him 19. These are reports. They offered him when he was doing his contract negotiations. They offered him 19, and he deserves more akin to like 40 a year.
That was the arbitration, though, for the 1 year, correct?
No, yeah, but that's what arbitration is.
But I'm talking about a long-term deal. What did they offer him in a long-term deal?
That's the whole point of the arbitration. He's trying to fight for a long-term deal.
From what I'm understanding is that the only reason that they didn't get a deal done, and Caleb, I don't know if you know this as well, but from what I was understanding was the terms of the deal, like the length of it, that maybe he wanted a longer one, they wanted a shorter one. I don't know if it was always the price that was the issue. I think it was always the terms and the length of the deal.
From what I heard, it's both.
That's from what I'm understanding.
Both. Here's where I'm at on it, and I'm kind of with you, Booner. Hey, Tarek. Look, you're one of my favorite athletes ever in Detroit. So, I every time you pitch,
I love him.
I'm seated. I don't care what you want. I don't care that you want. Yeah. I don't care that you want to be here past the trade deadline. I don't care that you want Scott Harris to buy at the trade deadline. You're not going to be here next year. Like, you're not. Whether it doesn't matter whose fault it is, whatever. And a lot of it too. And I do give a lot of. I mean, I hate the Tigers front office. I think that's pretty known. Like, I don't like the way they operate. I think the Skubal thing is a whole disaster. But like, it's a disaster on Skubal's end too. If you're going to keep saying, "Oh, I love Detroit, I love it so much," then why is your agent throwing like not shots, but like throwing stuff out there that. Like how much money he wants in the offseason and stuff. Like there's a reason Scott Boras is going out and saying, hey, there's probably a really good chance that Tarek Skubal's not going to be.
So his agent can't do his job
next year.
Hey, by the way.
Well, if Tarek Skubal really wanted to be here, he would tell Scott Boras, yo,
in the chat, by the way, in the chat, people are putting in there that the report was the Tigers offered him 5 years for $250 at $50 a year, and he wanted more years. That's what they're saying. Like the arbitration's just two different entities on that. Arbitration, it was the 1 year thing. From what people are saying in the chat, and this is what I heard, this was the thing that I heard, was that they offered him a short-term deal, like the 5 years, and he wanted a 7, 8, 9, 10-year deal. It sounds like, and listen, this is the chat saying it, so we don't know, I'm trying to look it up, but the report was that they did offer him the right money. He wants to stay longer. Like, to me, this is where it goes back to. If you're Tarik Skubal and you really want to be in Detroit, hey, you would sign the 5-year for $250. You would. Well, and I understand he wants the longer term. He wants hey, I want this much money for my career. Like, I earned it. I get that. But you can't go, like, dude, I don't want to hear a player in the public being like, I want to be in Detroit.
Booner, how old is he?
It's in his court.
How old is he?
I don't know his age, but
he's like 28 years old, 29 years old. You're going to sign a 5-year deal and become a free agent at 35.
I get it. Again, I get it. Gordo, I understand what you're saying, and I understand his side of things. But what you cannot do is you cannot go in the media and say hey, you can't say, hey, I want to be in Detroit. I love it here. I want to be here. Yeah. But then on the other end, you do have a contract offer on the table that is a lot of money, and you're not signing it because you want more. Like, to me, you can't have it both ways. I understand what you're saying because I love Skubal and I want Skubal here for the next 5 years. I'm with you. But you cannot say in the media you want to be here because now you put the Tigers in a really weird position to where, like, Skubal's basically doing it.
The Tigers put themselves in this situation.
They offered him a deal as well, though.
I can't.
It goes both ways.
I can't fault Skubal for saying this or coming out with this because this is all part of the negotiation.
But again, you're putting the Tigers in that. Like, Skubal's basically saying, we're doing it out of my terms, not yours. Because when you come out and say, I want to be in Detroit until the end of the year, you're not in contract at the end of the year. So, the Tigers get nothing for you, and you get screwed on that end. And now Scott Harris gets put in a weird position that his ace is like, I want to be here. And you get zero for him, and you just let him walk at the end of the year. And what, you get a comp pick? Awesome. For the best pitcher in baseball? Or like, you have to look at the business side of it, and you also have to look at Skubal's side.
Or saying they should be buyers.
Like, all I say is
not with you.
Yeah, all I say is with Skubal, hey, man, don't make those comments unless you signed a deal to stay in Detroit. You literally have the option to stay here. You can do it if you want to. It's not like we're handcuffing you down and you're like, there is a contract probably on the table for him in Detroit. There probably is. And so that's where you just get into a spot to where it's like you just can't have it both ways. You have the opportunity to be able to stay if you wanted to.
All right, so this was from October of last year, 2025. The Detroit Tigers and star pitcher Skubal reportedly have a big gap in their contract talks. This is from Bleacher Report, by the way. Per John Heyman of the New York Post, Detroit's offer a year ago was $80 million for 4 years for Tarik Skubal. That was the initial offer. That was less than the $170 million deal that the Boston Red Sox gave to Garrett Crochet. So, like I said, there have been reports that they have, kind of lowballed him from even market value. So I can't necessarily blame him, but the Tigers did put themselves in this position. One, you could have traded Skubal a couple years ago when his value was probably even higher than it is now. You could have got a boatload of prospects and really kind of started this rebuild of what the Tigers are going to be after he leaves, but you failed to do that. You let it get into a nasty arbitration battle in which you tried to lowball him in arbitration. He ended up winning his arbitration, rightfully so, because when you're a two-time Cy Young winner, you kind of got to pay the man what he wants. I mean, I know you're kind of going at him for trying to control the situation, but when you're the best pitcher in baseball, that's what's going to happen. And the Tigers haven't shown the urgency to really go, because if they really wanted him in Detroit, they would have made him the highest paid pitcher in baseball, and we wouldn't be talking about this right now. So yes, they do
but the
deserve
Tigers
blame.
didn't come out and say we want Skubal here. Like, no, the Tigers didn't do that.
No,
Skubal came out and said I want to be in Detroit. Well,
they've alluded to the fact that they wanted him here.
You could have stayed. Like, you could be here for long term.
Yeah, it's not.
You could have a
I
contract.
think we're getting
for the next
too
few
deep
years.
into the waters of like whose fault it is. I think the overall point is like for him to say all this stuff and at the same time have a contract on the table, whether he likes it or not, is the point you're making.
That's
it's
it.
Like, all right, bro. Like we should be buyers. Like, no, dude, sign the contract. We'll be buyers.
Now I do agree.
Like,
you shouldn't be saying, "Hey, let's buy in and stuff right
like,
now."
I want to
because you're
stay
not gonna be
here. He's telling friends I want to stay here. No, bro, you're on the block.
But
like,
that is also tactics, bro. Like,
and I understand
and in a way, I do think he's doing it on purpose.
Just because it's tactics doesn't mean it's
because
good.
of the way the organization has acted to this
Two
point.
things can be true. It's tactics. It's still wrong.
No,
it's still
it's a wrong
I
tactic.
can agree with that part.
He wants his cake and he wants to eat it too.
He's using the city of Detroit, like, wanting to be here as a tactic to get money elsewhere.
Yeah.
And like, again, he's just putting the Tigers in a weird spot.
But they could have signed him a long time ago.
And he could have signed a long time ago as well. That's why it goes both ways.
You got to
It's
get
a
what you're
two-way
worth,
street.
man. He was fresh off of Cy Young on this first offer. He was fresh off one Cy Young. You got to get a man what he's owed.
Yeah,
like flat out.
And that's a whole. I think
and the
that's
Tigers
a separate conversation.
And the Tigers have no reason because your payroll before this year was well below the top 10, well below. So to me, there's no reason why they couldn't have signed him to this point.
Yeah, Yeah, and people in the chat feel some type of way about it. Let's see, Dad with Tourette's. Exactly, you can't tell the team to buy in when you aren't bought in. You must trade Scooble.
I think no matter what, you trade Scooble.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I think you got to
worry about the future.
At the end of the day, I think this team can make the playoffs without Scooble if you get the right package. So
and that's where we disagree.
You make the move.
Yeah.
Quick thing though, if you trade Tarek Scooble, or actually regardless, because you know you're losing him at the offseason, in the offseason, you have to re-sign Casey Mize. You have to extend.
I said that like a month ago. I was like, I'm out on Scooble always. I was always like, just give Casey Mize a deal.
Yeah, because then you still have, you have
Troy Melton, Casey Mize,
Framber Valdez.
Yeah, that's why I think you could still make the playoffs, because I don't think your rotation, Scooble's a big hit, but your rotation, it's not like you have like the worst rotation without Scooble. You still have a rotation, and you still have pieces. So, and as well too, if you can somehow if you trade Scooble and you can get a one or two maybe ready now guys who are good to go, then maybe you add some to this team without having to be like a full sell or full buy.
Let's take a break. We come back, more to get to. It's 12:45. We got about 15 minutes left of the show. Hit the like button. We'll close it out. Chop it up. KG, tell us about Mad Packs.
I will tell the people about Mad Packs, and if you thought we was mad during this segment, it's a good way to chill out, man, by getting some of these Mad Packs products. They got the high-low pre-rolls. They got the Boom Shakalaka Live Resin-Infused Tarantulas, the Blizzard Packs, the concentrates, flour, pre-rolls, everything that you need to stay in the house and out of this heat, because it's going to get nasty over these next couple days. So why not get high, man? Go to getmadpacks.com. Mad flavor, mad high, mad packs.
Neil Rule and Sean Belizean wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that.
Don't just survive, thrive.
You're building a whole combat sports enterprise in the heart of it in Detroit, and that's what I think is the coolest.
I think with opportunity, right? Like you said, maybe you like to punch people in the face for real, and you want to be a boxer, and you have an option there. Maybe you don't like getting punched in the face, and you want to make, you like the theatricals and the storylines, and so you have an avenue here. Maybe you start at one and then want to change to the other. I don't care. I just want you in the building and know that you have some place to go to explore that. Just having the ability to, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it to the best of your ability? And, it all starts with the kids.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. We're at the Lomas Brown Golf Classic. And we had a lot to get to today. I mean, we got the Warde Manuel news we spent time on. You can go watch that. Tarek Scooble, Jalen Duren, Pistons Summer League, Conor McGregor's leg being no longer – it just
disintegrated.
Yeah, disintegrated.
Poor guy, man.
In the octagon floor. But,
hey, man.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have came back.
Yeah, it's tough.
He needed the bag, though.
Can we just agree this whole Scooble stuff, it's a pain in the ass dealing with Boris.
It's the worst, dude.
It's a pain in the ass dealing with Scott Boris.
He's a killer.
This should have gotten done so long ago.
He is a killer.
This guy's a freaking killer.
You make him the highest paid, you ain't got to worry about it.
No, he
make the two-time Cy Young winner the highest paid.
Right now, Brad Holmes is the safest right now, because think about just Detroit sports. Red Wings, Yzerman has the Larkin situation. Scott Harris has the Scooble situation. Trajan has the Duran situation. Brad Holmes is sitting back. Well, I guess he had Terry on.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, he ain't sitting back.
And guess what he did? See you later, TA.
He ain't sitting back, though.
Yeah. Told TA to kick rocks, man.
Yeah.
Which is a whole
man. He moved up for that kid.
He didn't let that thing simmer.
Yeah.
He didn't let that, we didn't even get to training camp so people can ask about it.
He was out quick. They didn't want any distractions.
No. Hey, congratulations on your lawyer being great. You're cut from the team.
Yeah. Yeah, Weinstein.
Here, take this pink slip.
What's his name? Weinstein?
Not Harvey Weinstein, but Steinberg? It's some Steinberg. Yeah.
Harvey Steinberg.
I'm not gonna lie, KG.
Right.
I wanted to say that too.
Yeah,
I
say
set
Harvey
you up.
Weinstein.
I set you up for that one. That's messed up. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that stuff's it's all happening. Braylon stopped by. I want to ask him about Warde Manuel, but I'm sure he'll talk about it. I believe.
I was meaning to ask him.
Is he back today?
I don't think he's coming back to the studio.
Tomorrow then.
Yeah.
He has a show in an hour. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But tomorrow he'll give his thoughts on that, the Warde Manuel stuff.
I'm interested to see what
I know
Braylon
his
thinks
thoughts
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny G, he says, people forgetting in baseball, 30-year-olds at the top of their game always sign for 10 years. Skubal isn't going to sign for 5, dog. The Tigers knew he wouldn't.
Then don't say you want to be here.
Yeah, that's my issue. It's
That's
not.
it.
It's just
It
like
just don't make those comments.
Just because I want to be here don't mean I'm just going to take any contract.
No, but just don't say it
that's my
publicly.
point.
Just,
and I can agree with
That's
that.
it.
That's where
Like,
we're at
it's not that. I don't get hard.
Let's break bread here.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Can we agree that the Tigers how they handle the contract situation is ridiculous,
abysmal?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's true. Can we also agree that if you're Skubal and you want more money, fine, then shut the hell up and play baseball?
Yeah.
And shut the hell up and let the Tigers shop you and deal you at the deadline, and we'll see you later. Because you saying that, I know it's tactic, and I understand that, and that's where I'll break bread with you and say, yes, that is it is a tactic to say, I want to be here. I want the Tigers to buy. So then fans are like, see, he wants to be here. But guess what? I'm with Booner on that. Shut the hell up.
Just don't say that. Again,
Shut the hell up.
No, I agree with that.
Like, they probably offered him a –
You know you're not going to be here.
The first offer was super low, but I'm sure, like, they've had conversations, and there's been – like, I'm not going to say great offers, but there's just been middle offers, right? So, like, if you truly wanted to be here and you're like, I want to be here till the end of the year, my friends, family, like, I love it here. Like, I get you don't want to take less and you don't want to take – like, if you truly, truly did, a deal would have been done already. Like, that's it.
Yeah,
like, he has Scott Boras as his agent for a reason. He wants all the money and he wants all as many
Scott
years
Boras
as he
to
can.
make him hit free agency.
Like, I don't mind if a player wants to get his and wants the most years and the most money. I don't mind that, but you can't say to the city, I want to be here, when you're also fighting for the max money and the max deal, your years. It is what it is. Like, you can't have it both ways. It's impossible, literally.
You know what? He's smart. He knows what it is. They have to deal him. You know what I mean? You're going to get dealt.
Yeah.
You're not going to walk for nothing. I mean, a comp pick, cool. And I know that.
I mean, they might. If they we're back and keep competing, they might hold on to him.
Well, how many starts do you think Skubal has left?
I don't know, but I just don't. I actually do think. I think they move on him no matter what.
Because you have to. I mean,
you just can't
you
like
would think.
Unless in the next month or so they somehow get a long-term deal done, which I'm not.
That's not
it's far off.
How many starts does he have to the trade deadline?
Probably
1, I think.
No, it's August 3rd is the trade deadline, so probably
2.
like 4.
Oh,
handful.
Yeah, something like that. No less than 4.
It's like you know what it is, man.
And I listen again. I want to clear. I love Skubal.
Yeah,
I do.
no, we all do.
But that comment this weekend for that getting leaked, and obviously that's on his camp. They wanted that out. Like, I just don't think that's the greatest look. Like, you're trying to control it all, which I get. That's a negotiation. I get it on his end. But as a fan base, I don't like hearing that. I really do not.
Would you guys feel the same way because I think I probably would, because we haven't heard from Jalen Duren himself really on anything. Do you think if Jalen Duren came out and said, I just want to be in Detroit, man, I just want to be in Detroit, but all this stuff is happening, would you feel the same way?
I would feel the same exact way. I would feel that for like Jared Goff. I'd feel that for Lucas Raymond. Or
at least Larkin ain't lying. He said, fuck it.
Like, that's the biggest thing, man.
Let's just let's be consistent with it. Like, let's say Jahmyr Gibbs, this whole thing's going on with Jahmyr, and he's doing the same thing. There's a contract on the table, and he's like, I really want to be here, and he's making it very well known, but it's not going to happen, and he's going to walk for nothing. I see the same thing. I'd be like, dude, sign the freaking contract or stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That stuff, and I understand because it is a tactic. They're going to be like, well, say it because you're going to sway the fan base, get them against the organization. You put the organization in a pickle. I understand the tactic side of it, but it's just, as a fan, we're speaking from the fans. That shit's annoying.
At least with Duren's not saying anything.
Exactly.
It's like there's leaks, but the leaks are just because that happens, right?
It's not smart for him.
Duren's not saying anything. If Duren did come out and say, "Oh, I want to be in Detroit," then like Caleb said, we would all be like, "Dude, you have contracts on the table." Whether I know they might be a low ball on your end, it's the same exact thing with Skubal. And I know Skubal is 2-time Cy Young, and
I mean,
it's a
little different with Duren because he's a restricted free agent. He really doesn't have a choice.
I know, but same thing with Duren though, that he could say like, "Hey, I don't want the qualifying offer. I don't want to do this." Like,
then you just look like you contradicting yourself because, like I said, you're a restricted free agent and you're refusing to sign the offer.
Right.
With Skubal is different. I'm going to hit the open market, and I'm a homegrown talent here, and I've won the best award that the sport can offer as a pitcher here twice.
Kevin Bell says Duren has a better manager. I don't know about that.
Hell no. Not even
Scott
close.
Boras,
No,
he ain't even in the
Scott
same.
Boras has gotten some of the best in this league.
They ain't even the same stratosphere.
Not even close.
I don't know. It's such a weird.
The Tigers have fumbled this, bro. They have mismanaged this to a degree, to the point where I can't blame Scooble as much. Does he deserve some blame? Sure. But when you just look at this thing, if they just make him the highest paid pitcher, and I understand you don't want to go 10 years on term because, pitchers age out of contracts. I do get that. But you're not worried about the 10th year. You're worried about the first 5. We're going to chase it for the first 5 and see where we're at. But that's the market today. And then you're heading into a season in which there may not be baseball. So I think they poorly mismanaged.
If it's true, though, that there was 5 years 250 and Scooble and Boras countered with 10 and 500. This, I'm not going to say fully falls on Scooble, but it falls on like you making that comment and you had 250 on the table for the next 5. I understand you're 30 and you want the 10. You had a contract with that money. But the contract was there.
But how come Zach Wheeler, who just whipped our ass, how come he can get that contract but Scooble can't?
I'm with you. I think the Tigers just need to get it done. I'm with you.
The Tigers are cheap.
But the Tigers are cheap at the end of the day.
That's
but again,
the point I'm trying to get to.
I'm with you and we agree. But again, if you're Scooble, don't say that.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
No. Because you did have a contract. Because there is a contract on the table for you.
Yeah, no, I do
agree
with
stay quiet and sit back and wait because that contract is on the table.
Yeah.
And again, if there was no contract on the table, I would understand Scooble coming out to the media saying, hey, I want a contract. I want to be in Detroit, but they haven't offered me a contract. They've offered it to him.
Yeah.
He just wants more, and that's partially Scott Boras as well.
That's it, man. That's what it is. Let's see here. So we got people chiming in. John Lord mailbag. Jeff, how much money did you put on the Patty match?
I won a lot of money on Patty.
Well, I didn't lose.
I won
any
a lot
money.
of money on Patty.
I didn't lose any money.
Put his money where his mouth is on his boy, man.
I didn't lose any money on it because we lost because Terrence McKinney. I'm sorry. What happened?
Okay, did we talk about that earlier?
King Green, man.
Did we talk about that?
Y'all thought the vet didn't have it, bro.
That was.
He was working him the whole fight, though.
Bro,
the whole fight.
That was insane.
He caught him, bro.
And they stopped it with a second.
With the second left, bro. You gotta let that go. You gotta let it go.
You do gotta let it go.
You have to.
The only time, and this is my opinion on the UFC with this stuff, if you ever stop a fight with a second left, it better be a KO.
Yes.
He's got to be
It better be either KO or if someone is arm drops.
I get
arm
that.
drops with a second left, stop it.
That ref,
if
they
you're
had a
punching
conversation with him
if someone's getting just grounded and pounded.
But he was still up on his feet, kind of, so yeah.
I hate that. I hate with the second
It looked
left,
like he was defending himself, but he was getting tagged.
By the way, too, what's his name? Gable Stevenson?
Yeah.
I had him to win and within the first 230. He knocked him out at like 231, and it was hit at 230, 229, 228, missed by 2 seconds.
Damn.
The guy was knocked out at 232.
Damn.
At 232, he was knocked out.
His striking has impressed me. I didn't think he was going to be this good of a striker.
That's what he said. He had mentioned, he said that everyone knows he can wrestle, and he was like, this fight, I wanted to prove that I can just go out there and
Bro, if he add that to his game, the sky's the limit for him.
Yeah,
he's on fire right now, 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, I just hate it, man. No fight should stop with the second left. Else you get knocked out.
I feel that.
We've seen like Max Holloway knock out Justin Gaethje with a second, or like shot clock stuff like that. But yeah, like dude, just let them that's the whole point of like, man, you should have got him earlier because then McKinney gets up, gets a chance to.
Yeah, because
King
Green did nothing that fight besides that.
He did.
He was getting destroyed.
That
honestly, that might have been the only 3 or 4 punches that he got in and strikes that he got in.
Yeah, he made them count. He made them count.
Where did he hit him though?
Shout out the vet.
Was it the? Did he hit him in the liver?
Yeah. He body shot.
It looked like
the
body
shots,
shot
bro.
dropped him, and he was on the ground. And, he was getting grounded and pounded, and he just.
I wonder if Dana had a conversation.
He wasn't fighting back,
right.
which I understand.
He was against the cage. He wasn't on the ground fully, but yeah, he was up against the cage, kind of in a compromising position. But I agree with y'all. Y'all got to let the second roll.
Yeah.
Just let him get saved by the bell, and then we carry on.
Jesse, mailbag Jeff, will you admit I told you the right outcome by saying Patty was going to win by submission? You were right, Jesse.
Yeah.
Second, Booner, did you bet Patty by submission, asking for a friend?
I think so.
Patty's by submission would be.
No, you took him by victory, right?
I took Patty money line, and I took him knockout. Or no, submission. It was
took him submission?
It was Patty. The bet was it was like plus 280, I think, money line, and then it was like plus 3 something by knockout or submission.
Yeah. Wow. Finish, which he did.
Yeah, no, he finished.
KJ says no, McKinney was going to get gassed out no matter what. We don't know.
We will never know now.
We've seen crazier things.
We'll never know.
All I know is he got rocked. That shot to the liver, boy.
Rocked. Green, man. He's just one of those guys. He just won't go away.
And for whoever Robert Whitaker knocked the fuck out, I'm praying for him.
Krylov.
Yeah, Krylov. Yeah, he knocked it. And he's ranked, too. And he knocked the shit out of him.
You
Shout out the vet, bro.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for that, Krylov.
Yeah.
He got excited. He got a little excited. You tell. Because he got on top of Robert. He's like, oh, he's just trying. Nope,
bro,
Rob stood up.
You should know his reputation, bro. He got hammer hands.
Jabbed the life out of that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he did.
Caught him slipping.
Let's see. The people are the people are just talking about now they're on UFC. We got the people. I didn't know if I know people sometimes hear the UFC talk like, it's UFC. Guys, you know what? Especially for big moments, we'll throw it out there a little bit.
Yeah,
you know, we're not.
I mean, that was probably one of the biggest cards that we've had in the White House, and then this one.
We won't do a fight night card, but we'll do
Breaking
the main
down
card.
Fight night,
right?
It's like, what does Generational Alex do?
Oh, the WNBA minute.
Let's do a UFC minute. Let's do that, man.
Oh man,
why not? Let's see. Dad with Tourette's, a Scooble signed with Nike just last year in Detroit. Dante, Mailsat, KG, thoughts on Kenny Omega winning AEW World Championship title? Adam Page is sticking to his word and not challenging for it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the right move. I think they were trying to set up him versus Will Ospreay for All In, and that's going to be a banger of a match. But I'm happy to see Kenny Omega kind of get back to the top because he was suffering from diverticulitis. You know, it's a very, very serious illness and things of that nature. So for him to come back and kind of get back to form, it's good to see. I don't know if he'll be champion for a long time, but it's good to see him back on top for sure.
We'll get out of here. We appreciate you guys. Hit the like button on the way out.
Shout out
We'll
Lomas,
be
man.
back in the studio. Shout out Lomas, the Lomas Brown Golf Classic.
Yes.
Almost $300,000 raised last year, and it's the second outing. So let's hopefully smash that goal, raise well over $300,000. Calvin Johnson's over there. Rob Sims taking the photo.
There's Robert Porsche over there as well.
And Robert
Porsche?
I believe it
We'll
is
catch
him.
you guys tomorrow back in studio, 11 to 1. Until then, peace.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.